take your seats. That was kind. God damn. You threw me off. Last time I performed here at the Just for Laughs Gala was 25 years ago, and I did so well, they invited me back. So that was nice. I love Montreal, my God, and call me an eternal optimist, but I really believe in my heart that this is the year that the Expos are finally going to win it all. Montreal, famous for a lot of things, one of them being the greatest strip clubs in all of the world. Yeah. Last night, are you aware of Club Super Sex? Yeah, so last night I went to Club Super Sex. I chose the soup. Big mistake. Hey, big election coming up, and in Canada, this is the difference in elections in America and Canada, is elections in America mean something. You vote for the wrong motherfucker, the world blows up. I don't need that on my hands. Whereas Canada, it's always like, well, what's your view on the bridge? I say keep as it is. I don't think they need to clean that up. That's fine. It was easy when I was young to vote because it was simply, you just didn't vote for the French guy. It couldn't have been an easier choice. As a matter of fact, I almost feel like coming back this fall just as an homage to my late father and not vote for Trudeau. My dad did not like Trudeau. Trudeau was my hero, though. I loved him, And since I've come back, I've been watching the news and everything. I've been seeing Justin, And I thought, by God, this Justin kid, he must be brilliant because his father was Pierre Elliott Trudeau. But then I forgot, he's got a mother. So that's kind of evens everything out. What's also different in American and Canadian elections? In America, you get to vote for the President of the United States, and in Canada, you vote for some motherfucker who lived down the street. In your riding. Whatever the hell that is. So then, that guy, he goes to the House of Parliament, and he's like, oh, wow, this is big. And then the speaker's like, all right, well, what are we going to talk about? Anybody want to bring an issue? And then your guy's like, yeah, our bridge ain't looking too good. The speaker's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I go, no, I'll sit down. Sorry about that, Anyways, hey, how about that Caitlyn Jenner, huh? I personally have great admiration for Caitlyn Jenner because, back in the year of our Lord 1976, when I was a teenage boy, why, I saw Caitlyn Jenner here at the 1976 Olympics. She went by the name of Bruce back then. And she won the decathlon. And this is what I think. I think what a wonderful time. You see, it's all timing, And now imagine how great it would have been for the transgender community if, when awarded that gold medal, Bruce Jenner said, hey, I'm a lady. And people go, God damn, The greatest athlete in the world is a lady. Would have really vaulted it, but no, he waits. Waits until he is 65 years old. Now, you know, in all seriousness, I mean, in all honesty, is there really that much difference between a 65-year-old man Well, I hate to bring it up, the elephant in the room. There's no elephant in the room, by the way, don't panic. What if there was an actual elephant in the room? I'm like, I don't want to bring up the elephant in the room. Yeah, no, go ahead. No, seriously, yeah. I think I should bring up there's an elephant in the room. No, go ahead. No, the elephant in the room, of course, here we are at a comedy festival. And of course, this was the year of Bill Cosby. And this was tough on me as a comedian. And I'm sure on many of the comedians you'll see here tonight. Because, you know, there's a trailblazing comic, Mr. Cosby, you know. And I remember growing up and listening to albums of his with my dad. And by God, I loved him, you know. And I tried to emulate. Really loved Bill Cosby, you know, and so to have this happen just made me so sad. You know, a friend of mine said to me, he said, Norm, you know, the worst thing about it is the hypocrisy. And I said, I don't think that's the worst part. Worst part, the raping. Then it would be the drugging that preceded the raping. Then it would be finding the drugs that you would be used to drug the lady that you were going to rape. You know, it's a big, long list till you hit hypocrisy. That'd be way down there, I think, personally. As a matter of fact, I would venture to guess, and I don't know, I have no empirical evidence for this, but I would venture to guess that most rapists are hypocrites. And there's a lot of rapists hanging around going, sure, I love to rape. I'm out front about it, goddammit. I'm no hypocrite. So anyways. That is how I feel about Bill Cosby and hypocrisy. I feel that it's just, you know, it doesn't come into the equation at all. Like you could never find a woman would never wake up all drugged up and shit, you know, Cosby cock in her face. And, oh, goddamn, what is that, a Cosby cock or something? Looked like a Cosby cock to me. Hypocrisy!
Sample complete. Ready to continue?
John Stamos, I want to start with John Stamos, our esteemed roast master. John, well, John has a reputation for being a bit of a swinger. Did you know instead of an umbilical cord, John was born with a bungee cord? John likes the ladies, it's true. He has a one-track mind, and the traffic on it is pretty light. You know, John Stamos, it only takes one drink to get him drunk, but he's not sure if it's the 9th or 10th or 11th. And Cloris Leachman is here. Cloris? Cloris, if people say you're over the hill, don't believe them. Why, you'll never be over the hill, not in the car you drive. And Jim Norton of here is, of course, the Probably one of the most colorful characters I've ever met. Colorful personalities I know. You're green with envy and you have a yellow streak down your back. Greg Giraldo is here. Now, of course, people always say that Greg's a bit of a skinflint, a little tight with a dollar. But I find him to be a real carefree guy. Yep, he doesn't care as long as it's free. That's what kind of carefree guy he is. No, but Greg Giraldo, I'm just joking him. He has the grace of a swan, the wisdom of an owl, and the eye of an eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is for the birds. No, but I kid Greg Giraldo. You know, if I ever need a brain transplant, I don't know if they have those yet, but if I ever need a brain transplant, why, I would choose yours, Greg, and here's why. It's not because you're smart, it's because your brain has never been used. Susie Essman, of course, is famous for being a vegetarian. Hey, she may be a vegetarian, but she's still full of baloney in my book. My best friends. I love Gilbert. And what I like about Gilbert Godfrey most of all is his neck. Doesn't he have a great neck, folks? Gilbert, your neck reminds me of a typewriter. Underwood. Oh, by the way, Gilbert, when you go to the men's room later, you'll see a sign that says, "Gentlemen, pay no heed, go right in." There's no room that says "scoundrel" on it. But now we come to Bob Saget, and that's why we're all here. Bob? Bob, you have a lot of well-wishers here tonight, and a lot of them would like to throw you down one, a well. They want to murder you in a well. Seems a little harsh, but apparently they want to murder you in a well. It says here on this card. No, but Bob has a beautiful face, like a flower. Yeah, cauliflower. No offense, but your face looks like a cauliflower. As you can see, he has wavy hair. It's waving goodbye on account he's going bald. No, I think that Bob should join the Ku Klux Klan. And that's not because he's racist. He's not racist. It's just that he'd look a lot better with a hood over his head on account of his face. No, there are times when Bob has something on his mind, when he wears a hat. He thinks the English Channel is a British TV station and not a body of water separating England and France. Do you know that he has never slept with his wife? Isn't that odd? He says that it isn't honorable to sleep with a married woman. even though she's married to him. And Bob isn't the biggest sports fan. I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school. I took him to a ball game, and he came toting a double-barreled shotgun. You remember that? I said, "What the H is that for?" Bob said, "I heard the Lions were playing the Tigers." You remember that?
Yeah.
Now, Bob is not a sports fan. He thinks that the Kentucky Derby is a hat and not a horse race that they race every year. No, I mean, thinking about death is like I think it's kind of a terrible thing to do, but I think about it a lot. But I think it's sort of like a sin because it's just indulgence. And then, you don't want to get to the point where something happens and you're like, why did I spend all that time thinking about death when I had life? Like, you don't want to hit that point where you're no longer sound but sick, and then go, God, why did I spend my whole life ruminating about an inevitability? And also, like, not to get too deep or anything about this, but I think about it a lot. But the way I came to feel that I try to tell myself is that since when you're dead, you're not alive, and since when you're alive, you're not dead, you and death will never actually cross paths. So there's really nothing to be afraid of.
Except for that half hour where, time's coming.
Yeah, well, you know what the good part is about that, about the end, is you got no pain because they got morphine. They're jamming syrettes and morphine in your neck. Like, that's why it's like, my grandfather died peacefully. Yes, because he was on so much narcotics. That's why he fucking died peacefully. It's not because... If you went back like 200 years, those guys didn't die peacefully. They were just fucking howling for 3 days with black bile pouring out of their nose. This is all funny stuff.
It's not all about the laughs. But no, you talk about this on stage in a funny way, about your dark thoughts, about the end of life. So you're saying in your real life, though, you've just told yourself there's no point in fretting about an inevitability.
Well, I try.
Are you successful at that?
No, I'm not successful. I just try to tell myself that. But in the deep of night,
that's when it hits.
Yeah, that's not fun. And like my worst moments in life is when I get up late at night and go in the bathroom and turn the light on and look into my own eyes. But anyways, I try to, you try to keep it at bay. You try to keep all those thoughts at bay, and like, in a sense, like that. That's why I think like routine is important. I have a job where, like, there's not routine. You have to self-impose routine. But I think that, to me, like, the key to unhappiness is, like, just indulgence. Like, with anything, if you indulge in sex or in alcohol or in drugs or in video game, it doesn't matter. If you indulge in things, you're not happy. And I think, like, our previous generation, they never indulged in anything. Like, my dad worked all day and then he'd have a couple beers, and I'm sure those beers were tasted really good to him. And his vacations, as modest as they were, probably had great value. We indulge ourselves more, and then the generation that follows us really indulge themselves. And I don't know. To me, I think that's where you get unhappy, when you start indulging. That's the key to unhappiness. What am I talking about?
Indulging in Twitter and things like that. Did you hear that Woody Allen interview he did with a French TV station?
No.
He talked about why he just obsessively works from one film when that one's ended. He moves on to the next one, and it's to get his mind off of dying. Essentially, it's gives him routine, gives him something to do just to keep his mind away from it.
Yeah. God, that's depressing. No, but yeah, I can see what he means. Like, I remember when my dad retired, because that was his whole dream, was retiring his whole life. Like, it was always to retire. And then when he retired, he forgot to think of something to do. Like, he didn't have hobbies or anything. So then he was just sitting around the house, and like he was sad because like he just had this idea of retirement, and he had this idea that doing nothing would be a wonderful thing, which is just natural for us to think. But no, I think that must be why Woody Allen or Clint Eastwood or stuff would work like that when they have so much money, is to not be alone with your thoughts and to be distracted. Like one time I went to a psychiatrist because I was gambling too much, and he told me you do that to like avoid life. And then that was my argument, was like, that's why you do everything, is to avoid. You live life to avoid life in a way. Like, you live the minutia of daily existence. You wake up, and then you eat, you wash your face and shower and have the exact same conversations with the exact same people over and over and over and over again, just to kind of achieve some self-hypnosis, so you stay away from thinking about. This is why people that do drugs, I think the drugs take away the defense of, if they take very powerful hallucinogenics or something, they probably are thinking more clearly in some ways about life, in the sense that they no longer worry about finding food or talking to friends. They start thinking about real things, and it's so horrifying that they get psychotic breaks and so forth. Again, this is all hilarious stuff.
It's not a comedy show. It's a show about comedians. Because I find it fascinating. Now, is it a function of age, or have you always had these thoughts? Like I say, I thought a lot about death, and it's not that I obsess over it. It's just that I'm curious. I wonder, and I think. I studied philosophy, and I think about when that happens, right? So, is this more something that's you're thinking a lot more about now, or have you always been this way?
Well, I remember when I was young, I think I was the most terrorized by the idea. But it might have been other. Maybe I was worried about my parents dying or something like that. But no, I was always like afraid. I was afraid of like something random just happening that could knock me out of the game real quick, or. I'm very cautious. Like, I don't do anything that can put me in situations, because people go, "Oh, you got to live," But you can just you can live by being cautious and careful and not doing like. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to jump out of a plane. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to jump out of no plane, and I'm not going to do any drugs that'll kill me. And I'm not going to drink alcohol all the time, because that stuff, I don't want to. I just want to grow. I just want to grow old and die a slow, like painful death. No, I don't know what I want, but it is. But now that because now I'm kind of. Because I'm 48, so I'm kind of like always thinking 20 years in the future and trying to figure out how I can be in good enough shape to. But also, I think I should do something before then, like I should go travel and see someplace, because I don't want to be like them old people that they start traveling when they're hit 80 or whatever, and then they're on a bus with other people being herded around. You know, I was thinking in my mind that I'd like to take a train across Canada again like I did when I was young and stuff. Well, I'm still young enough I'm still ambulatory. Oh my God, this is getting funnier by the moment.
I don't want to be traveling when I'm 80 and dying on the plane or the bus, because that would be embarrassing. And I think you kind of talk about that too.
Geez, I was just reading. That's weird. Because I love Russians, you know, and I read Tolstoy a lot, but I don't know anything about him. But a guy told me, because I don't read biographies and stuff, but a guy told me that Tolstoy was, they did this movie called The Last Station with Christopher Plummer, where he played Tolstoy. But anyways, he was apparently obsessed with death, and he wanted to be an ascetic because he was born a count, but he never had the courage to like just give everything up. And then finally one day he said, I'm just giving. He was old though, like late 70s. He said, I'm giving everything up and I'm just going to wander the world like Christ. And then he went to the train station and died.
On his way.
Yeah, at the train station. So he waited too long, you know. Again, you know, this is
fascinating.
Make it nice and hot on one side, then turn it over, make it hot on the other side, and then cut it and see how it's going in the middle there. And then you go, man, I'm going to love eating this delicious pork chop. As soon as it's hot enough to eat, I'll eat it. But while I'm waiting, I'm going to eat a big loaf of bread. Who would do that? I have like 35 pats of butter, and I'll eat that loaf of bread. And that will get my appetite sharpened up for the pork. I also noticed that desserts are different nowadays. When I was young, the waiter would come and he'd go, what do you want for dessert? Cherry pie or apple pie? And you go, I will have a cherry pie. And a guy would bring one. It was very simple, you know. Things were very simple back then. Now, desserts, oh my Lord. The guy shows up and he's got a big tray, a canted angle, and every confection known to man is on it. And I don't like the way he talks, like, because he doesn't talk like the pork chop talk anymore. All of a sudden, for the dessert, he's like, oh, sexual undertones, you know. I mean, he's all like, ah. Like, why are you saying ah like that? He's like, ah. May I tempt you or something? Tempt me? You like decadent things? Well, I don't. I hope you left some room in your belly. Okay, listen. Are we still talking about desserts here? What's going on? I don't want to end up blowing you in the bathroom or something. I don't want to end up blowing the guy in the bathroom. Listen. I can be tricked as much as the next fella, and I don't want to be in the bathroom. Hey, wait a second. Whoa. Hold on here, maestro. I thought we were talking about a butterscotch pudding or something. I don't care much for you, Captain. I'll tell you that right now. I'll continue. I'm a man of my word, but I'll say this. I'll say this, Chief. Were my word, not my bond, then none of this. And I'm doing it reluctantly. I don't know if you noticed that, but sex to me is, first of all, I'm an old man, you know. I'm like 70 or something like that. I'm trying to get score going again. I feel that Lincoln, when he thought that up, he thought that was going to go. You know what I mean? Like his wife was like, why don't you just say 87? He's like, why don't you shut the fuck up? Last I checked, I was the orator in the family, and you were the fucking insane lady. I say 4-7, believe me. Score is going to catch on big time. And it never did. Here's another little presidential thing. You know, there's this story about George Washington, and they said, oh, he chopped down a cherry tree, you know, when he's a little child, and then when his parents came home, he said, they said, who chopped down the cherry tree? And little George said, it was I who chopped down the cherry tree. I cannot tell a lie. And you go, wow, what a great story. But then you think about it in a little bit, right? Imagine if you drove home to your house, right? And you get there, and you go, hey, what the fuck happened to the cherry tree? Somebody chop it down or something? And then you go inside, and there's your child with an axe. So you go, what happened to the cherry tree? And then he goes, I chopped down the cherry tree. I cannot tell a lie. And you go, okay. The first part of what you said bothers me a lot. The second part scares the fuck out of me. You can't tell a lie? Incapable of lying? That would scare me. Now, I live in LA. Everybody go to parties in LA, and I go too, but I'm no good at them. Here's my problem. I have no opinions. You know how people have opinions? I don't got none. I like political and stuff. Sometimes before I go to a party, I'll just turn on the TV, and whatever that guy said, I'll say that. But I'm not good. Like when I go to parties, I don't want serious discussions. I try to find somebody that's at my same level, and I'm good at it. I can, like, you know how they say guys have gaydar? They can see other gay people? I'm like that with guys at my same level of smartness. Like I can see a guy in the corner and go, I can keep up with that motherfucker right there. And then I make a beeline for that character. And then we talk about Jughead comics for a couple hours. Everything's fine. Sometimes people go, well, why do you even go to these parties if you don't like, you know, talking? Here's why I go to parties. There's only one reason why I go to parties and why I love parties, because I love those little sandwiches where they're triangles and they cut the crusts off. And then they're little equilateral triangles. And they put a little toothpick, and it has like golden cellophane and red cellophane. I can eat 30, 40 of those fuckers. And you can only get them at parties. Like, I've gone to restaurants, I go, yeah, they have sandwiches that are shaped like triangles. And they go, no. All our sandwiches are shaped like sandwiches. I go, ah, fuck. And I go to like a grocery store. I go, yes, what aisle is the sandwiches with the toothpicks? I go, we don't got none. Have you tried a party? I go, I've tried not to go to those things. But I don't drink, so I'm no good at parties for that reason. Drugs, don't do them. Used to. When I was a boy, young, I'd do anything, you know? LSD. I was about the strongest drug I ever did. Acid. I don't know if you ever done acid, but I remember when I was young and they'd tell me, they go, you gotta be careful with that acid on account of you can do it, and then you have a flashback. Like 10 years could pass, 20 years could pass, and then you get a flashback. So I thought, well, that sounds like a good deal, you know? And I went to my drug dealer, Frank. I said, Frank, is there a drug on the market where I pay you $5? I take the drug, I get high, And then 20 years later, I get high again? And he said, yes. And I think of myself as somebody who is good at stretching his drug dollar. But the point of the whole thing is for me to tell you young folk that it's not true at all. You know, because I have not done LSD since I was a teenager. 10 years have passed, 20 years have passed. Sadly, 30 years have passed. And still, no fly. What a gyp that turned out to be. Just more horse shit by the big acid companies, if you ask me. You know, I don't want to get too political, but if you think big acid cares about you, the little guy, they care about their third quarter profits. That's what they care about. You know, my friend is a vegetarian, and you ever been wrong, and you suddenly realize, you know, like, because all her arguments are right about vegetarianism. Like, she'll go like, how can you kill an animal where you can get the same from the grass of the field? It makes no sense. And then I go, I like pork. So, of course she's right. And I'm wrong. And it's weird when you realize you've been wrong about everything that you ever believed. About vegetarianism, not everything. Imagine if you woke up and you realized you were wrong about everything. You just woke up and you go, God damn, I've been wrong about every single thing I've ever believed. Then it's time to go down to the rope store, in my opinion, because it's not going to get better, you know. Go to the rope store. That's my suggestion to you. And get a hunk of rope about this big. And then go to the rickety stool store. And listen, it's no coincidence that the rope store and the rickety stool store are always right beside each other, right? I don't want to get political or anything like that, but when people commit suicide, no one ever understands. You know what I mean? People commit suicide, people go, I don't understand why. And I go, you don't? Well, you live in a cotton candy house or something? What the fuck? You don't know about life? How it only disappoints and gets worse and worse until it ends in a catastrophe? What the fuck? There's two reasons guys will hang themselves to the neck. One is, like we said, to escape this worthless masquerade of a life we pretend we have. And the second reason we hang ourselves from the neck is to whack off. These guys, I don't understand. It's called autoerotic asphyxiation. It's a big fancy word, but it's a filthy thing. And this is my problem with it. The risk-reward, it's not good. And I know the reward because I read about it. Like, apparently, by cutting off the oxygen or something like that, you increase your orgasm until it's 1.5 times as powerful as the one you had the Thursday before last. But is that really that important? I mean, we have a lot of things in this country. It's, you know, it's raining in the forest. There's all kinds of shit we have to think about. Let alone whacking off. That's our big problem. But the risk, good Lord. People always wonder what happens after you die. No one knows. You know, people pretend to know, but no one knows what happens after you die. But I know what happens to you right after you die. I know what happens directly after you die. You are found. And this is where it gets tricky. And it's always by a loved one, you know? And you don't want your son walking in going, ah, what the fuck? The fuck is Dad? What cat? Huh? And that's how you'll be remembered forever, you know? Doesn't matter what else you accomplish in life. See, people are under the misapprehension that that their life is like a motion picture that will be remembered as such, but it's not. It's just a photograph, you know, a still photograph. And that's unfortunately how it is. But, you know, like if you think your son will remember you as, I remember my dad took me to Disneyland in the blistering heat, and by God, he stood in line to get Mickey Mouse's autograph. It took him 2 hours. It was for me. He knew it wasn't the real Mickey Mouse. He had to have. He was an unemployed college kid. And yet he stayed for me. Ha, Dad. He had 2 jobs, you know, to put food on my plate and my brother's and my mom's. 2 jobs. And I remember one time, I'll never forget it, he came home late at night and I was in bed.
I have to bring up, I can't go anywhere in this world without people stopping me and saying, I'm sorry about Norm MacDonald. And I always think in those moments, because he had so many amazing appearances on my show, and I think, well, the person who really needs to be hearing this is Jim Downey, because you were the one that pretty much holed up with Norm. You identified Norm as a brilliant guy very quickly. You wanted him to do Update. And then you and Norm really crafted that Update, which has become, I think, the iconic performance recognized today as the iconic performance on Update of all time. Norm, you were working with Norm, and there's a quote here I just want to read back to you. What I did like about the way we approached Update was that it was akin to the punk movement, what the punk movement was for music, just stripped down. We did what we wanted. There was nothing there that was considered to be a form of cheating. We weren't cuddly. We weren't adorable. We weren't warm. We weren't going to do easy political jokes that played for clapter and let the audience know we were all on the same side. We were going to be mean and, to an extent, anarchists. And I think that's a perfect distillation of what
I don't know where I said that, but it's
Norm
basically, the thing with Norm, there were so many, first of all, he was really, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
He was very intelligent, and he had a great look. I always said about our Update, if you watched it with the sound off,
mm-hmm.
you couldn't be sure you were watching a comedy broadcast. It could have just been a sort of a low-tech news show,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like OAN Network or something. It could have been, you know, and it didn't have like a lot of goofy kind of stuff.
Yep.
And Norm could speak. You could write fairly complicated jokes for him, as long as you had a good writer, good editor, you know, making sure that it wasn't, you didn't give him too many words, because anyone's going to trip over if you create like a little minefield. But Norm could speak. He could speak beautifully. He could land things. He was clipped and precise. You know, his older brother, Neil, is a CBC newscaster. Yeah. And so Norm had what we call the perfect straight line going for in terms of his look. And he just had a great sensibility. Also, he hated easy laughs and what my colleague Seth Meyers, he coined the term clapter. I think he did. Always give him credit.
It was either him or Tina Fey. I can't remember. I'd hear different people. Or Oppenheimer. One of them came up with it.
But clapter is a perfect thing for that kind of like lazy, you know, just finger in the wind kind of, you know, sucking up to the audience.
Trump sucks. You know.
Yeah.
And then you get applause.
We just, we might even agree with that politically, but come on, they deserve more than that kind of shit. So just challenge them with stuff, even if it's going to maybe make them uncomfortable. Like, oh, I don't like laughing at that, but that's fucking funny, so I'm going to have to laugh. You know.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to think of examples of what I'm talking about. But we would do, and of course the OJ jokes.
Well, here's the
were
thing.
a huge part of that.
So the OJ trial happens, and OJ the murders, and then the trial, and it's and this is where I really thought you and Norm Macdonald seize that moment, because you can have the right tool, but if you don't have the right moment, you don't have it. And I always think in any great movement, whether it's the Beatles in '64 or Sex Pistols in '76, you have to have the moment too. You just can't have, the two have to come together. The OJ trial happens, and you and Norm are writing these jokes that are so fucking fantastic. They're just razor blades. And Norm is the perfect person to deliver them. There's one you wrote, which I could try and do, but you might remember it exactly. But it's a picture came up of Johnny Cochran testifying.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
And OJ sitting next to him, and Cochran standing there, and he's holding the knit cap.
The knit cap.
The knit cap that was found at the scene. And Norm, in his Norm-esque way, says, well, the defense had a bit of a bad day today at the defense trial when Johnny Cochran testified and held up the knit cap that was found at the scene of the murder. He was going on about the knit cap when suddenly he was interrupted by OJ, who said, hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing cap.
Yeah.
And I remembered that being an ice bullet that went through my heart. It was so, yeah.
That's my lucky stabbing hat.
Yeah, it's my lucky stabbing hat. And the thing is, and you know this too, he would say something like that, and I don't know where my camera is. It's there, I guess. That's my lucky stabbing hat.
Yeah.
And he would hold in this way that nobody does. Hold and hold and hold. And he would do it for a joke that killed, as that one did, but he'd also do it for a joke that he liked, or that you liked, or that you guys liked.
Yeah.
And if it got nothing,
it was like, it wasn't, some people said, you're punishing the audience for not liking the joke. No, we're giving them enough time to appreciate it. But it's funny you mentioned I decided years later, because you have to have distance on this stuff to realize that a lot of, there was a through line to our OJ jokes, which was him, it was all cell phone stuff.
Yeah.
So that the standard OJ joke would be, so it would like that one you just did. I think the way we got into it was like, though OJ may not have helped his case when he blurted out.
Yeah.
Of course. Hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat. But there was one that was like, was OJ Simpson high on drugs the night of the murders? Absolutely not, says a defiant OJ. And a simple test of any of his blood found at the crime scene will prove it. And then there was one like
indignation.
There was one. There was one when like OJ Simpson had been criticized because the first Mother's Day after the murders, he played golf in Scotland.
Yeah. And
it's like this weekend, OJ Simpson playing golf in Scotland was heavily criticized for missing the first Mother's Day and not spending the first Mother's Day since Nicole Brown Simpson's murder with his children. An angry Simpson responded, "Idiots, I didn't spend Mother's Day with my kids because I killed their mother." And so it's basically, but there was one, there was one joke, and by the way, it was Frank Sebastiano and Frank wrote a lot of great jokes for that segment, and he's the guy who contributed this joke structure. It'd be like several Navy warships have join the search for an overturned thing in some of the most shark-infested waters on Earth. Also joining the search, the sharks.
Yeah,
and became like a
there's a one that I remembered, which is the rock group Better Than Ezra, or pop group Ezra Than Ezra. Better Than Ezra came in second. Whatever.
This week, Rolling Stone released its list of the top 10 college acts on the summer tour. At number 1, Better Than Ezra. Number 2, Ezra.
He also had one. He also had one that was. We could do these forever, but he was talking about kickboxing, and he was just like, and he's doing update, and he said, of course, popular is kickboxing, an incredible martial art that combines whatever the art of like punching, the martial arts of punching, karate with kicking. And he just stares, and because kicking on its own sounds like such a lame.
There were 2 more I wanted to bring up because I was Norm and I would spend like insane amounts of time obsessing over the precise wording of a joke.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one that I thought actually benefited from our kind of neurotic attention to detail, but it started off as a joke about Penthouse magazine had this cover story, which even if you didn't read Penthouse, you would see the cover on newsstands. And it was, this week, shocking photos, alien autopsy. Mm-hmm. This is Penthouse magazine. So they claim to be actual photos of an alien autopsy. So the joke we started out with, which I think would have been good enough, was this week, Penthouse magazine released its much-awaited photos of an alien autopsy. According to those who've seen the issue, the photos were sharp, clear, and easy to masturbate to. And so anyway, then I thought, like, you know what? That can be better. There's a better rhythm to that. So I first suggested that it should be, and quote, easy to masturbate to, because I just liked it for rhythm. And then I came up with one of my greatest contributions of the season, which was I added the word surprisingly, so that the joke became kind of different. So it was like, according to those who've seen the advanced copies, the photos are sharp, clear, and quote, surprisingly easy to masturbate to. You got this image of a guy going, at first I didn't think this would work, but God damn it, this is fucking hot.
All right, the boxing world is still buzzing after the release of Mike Tyson from an Indiana prison after serving a 3-year term. Here with a message for Mike is Weekend Update correspondent and my hero, Adam Sandler. How are you?
Hey, by the way, Mr. Tyson, this is Norm MacDonald. He's our new update guy. You'll love him. He's been telling the funniest jokes about you giving it up in prison.
Mr. Tyson, I'm not Norm MacDonald. I don't even know who Norm MacDonald is. I'm Kevin Nealon, and that's news to me. This just off the wire. Reuters News is reporting now that the Mike Tyson app has just raped another app.
I do want to ask this. So, Pigeon is voiced by none other than legendary comedian Norm MacDonald. Have you ever met Norm MacDonald before?
Well, yes, I was about to correct you. He's mythically absent all the time. He's a mythical legend. We don't know if he even exists. When I'm on the streets, everybody comes, because he has a big fan base, Norm. Hey, man, you working with Norm, what's that like? Hey, man, you working with Norm MacDonald, what's that like? I said, he's a great guy, man, a great sense of humor, he's a really sweet guy, and all this time I thought I met him, but I've never met him. I was talking about Jim Rash all the time. I don't know Norm MacDonald. I don't know if he exists. I just know he's legendary, he's mythical, everybody says he's great. and it's a great mystery to me.
So you met Jim Rash thinking that he was Norm MacDonald, when in fact it was Jim who does the voice of the Marquis.
Yes, this is true.
Larry, when you're writing stuff like Norm's character, the pigeon, is there any line that that pigeon won't cross? Even in this episode, you saw what he was doing, and he really gets into it on practically every episode, but this one in particular, I thought he shined.
Well, first of all, I'm not just a writer. I did play the voice of that whale. I don't want to get anybody started.
Oh, well done.
He's whaling, baby.
But yeah, you know, I think the second year now we have a good, we know the characters so well that, you know, although what Pigeon says is shocking, you know, it all is true to his character. You know,
and also it's like, I think the reason it, hopefully it works, is that Norm himself is cerebral, brainy comedian. He's really not vulgar and crass. And so his getting to play a character like this, it does play against type, and I think that's why he can get away with being so gross on the show, because you can just feel that Norm is smart. What's that?
He's cerebrally invisible.
He's cerebrally invisible. It's true. That's true. What can you say to that? Yeah, it's shocking that Norm and Mike have never met. That's terrible. Maybe season 5 or 6, we could arrange a meeting.
There's a possibility we may have to kill off the pigeons. You know, we're gonna hire he's gonna employ a cat in the show next season, and so Pigeon's gonna have a really difficult time in dealing with the quagmires of life on the Tyson Mystery Show.
Researchers in Russia say that the dolphins have a distant spoken language of their own.
You're saying that dolphins have a distinct language all their own?
So what's the solution that they use the N-word? Ooh, that they use the N-word constantly.
No, what word do they use?
Nigga word, N-word.
Oh, yeah. What'd you call it? Dolphin? The what word?
Nigga. Nigga, ninja.
Word, yeah.
Say it. I want to hear you say that word.
I don't want to say it because then it'll be on tape forever. I say it in my private life many times.
And then it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite, fire never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, I get it. Ooh. No crown needed, our all's the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
Say it, hunky. Say it, hunky. Say nigga, hunky. Say fucking say it, hunky.
Listen, am I wrong or am I imagining that?
Nah, say nigga, hunky. Say it, hunky. Come on, cracker.
Mike, I have to ask you a question.
Say it.
I can't say it. Let him make him say it. Mike, make Adam Egan say it, Mike. God damn. I'll never forget. Those are my finest days, man. I love them so much. I remember, like, I'd go over to Sean Kay's house, and I'd have a stick, and that'd be the whole day. I go, Sean, I got a stick. He'd go, God damn, we go play. It was so much fun. And then one day, suddenly I'm in school. They're dragging me in. I remember there were tears, and I'm like, what the fuck? And there were these windows. You'd look out the window, and sometimes you'd see the stick, you know? And you go, God damn, do these people's cruelty know no offense? Nowadays, you know, they have the ADD and stuff like that. If a kid's in class, he's like, hey, I'd like to go out. They go, we're going to drug you. And then you won't want to get out and run around in the grass and have fun with the stick. You'll be fine. You'll be good. But anyways, I'm old now, you know. I was young. Now I'm old. Yep. I learned some things in school. But now that I'm old, things scare me, you know, and I think it's the media does it. Like, they go North Korea, you know, and I don't know, it kind of scares. It doesn't scare me that much, but it's supposed to scare you. But, like, are you really scared? Have you ever woken up, go, ah, and your wife's like, what's the matter, honey? North Korea. A little tiny country way the fuck over somewhere. I'm scared, honey, I'm scared. I'll tell you, Iraq doesn't scare me, North Korea, none of those countries scare me. There's only one country, really, that scares me in the whole country, or in the whole, what do you call that's bigger than a country but less than a galaxy? Earth. The entire Earth, there's only one country that frightens me, and it's the country of Germany. I don't know if you guys are students of history or not, but for those of you who aren't, Germany, in the previous century of the early part, they decided to go to war. And who did they choose to go to war with? The world. So you think that would last about 5 seconds and the world would fucking win and, you know, that'd be that. But I think it was actually close. And then, I don't know how that worked, but then 30 years pass and Germany decides to go to war again. And once again, they choose as their foe the world. And now, this time they really almost win. So at this point, you would think the world would go, okay, Germany, you're fucking not a country anymore, all right? The fuck? You're not a country because you keep going to war with the world, and no one does. What do you think you are, Mars? Think you're Mars or something? But it's fun to get old, you know? Start watching old things. You know those commercials that are toward old people? You know, like I was watching, for instance, on MeTV, I was watching The $6 Million Man, right? And he was in Paris, he was jumping over the Arc de Triomphe and everything like that. And then, just by luck or coincidence, they went to a commercial, and it was a commercial starring Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man, but as he is today, like an old man. So he's jumping over, and it was for the bionic ear. And it wasn't the real bionic ear from the show, it was a fucking hearing aid. So you see him jumping over the Arc de Triomphe, and then it cuts, and then he's in a studio, and he's like, I can't hear too good out of it. This one's no good at all. This one's all right. This one may as well not even be an ear. And you go, God damn, you can't help but feel sorry for a man like that. Because, you know, at one time, he got a phone call from his agent, you know? And he probably had all kinds of hope, you know? His answer is, hey, Jerome, my God, I haven't heard from you in 30 years. You got something for me? Well, let me guess. I bet I know what it is. It's that movie I wrote, The Return of the $6 Million Man, starring Ben Stiller. And then I show up as a judge for 2 minutes. Is that the one? No. Well, what is it then? It's a... No, not out of this one. Nope. Well, was that? That's a hearing aid? Well, how much does something like that pay a fellow? It's funny you say that, Jerome, because when you say it, I realize that's only 1/10 what I used to get from a single episode of, no, I won't stop, sorry. When do they have to know by? Within the hour, huh? Well, I guess then I would say, yes, I'll take that. Jerome, I have to ask you this. Is there any way in the contract that you can put in that I'm sad? What about those commercials where the guy just tells you stuff you already know? Like there's this one with William Devane, and he goes, you like gold? And you're like, yes, of course. You should buy a big bar of gold and put it in your safe. You go, well, I wish I could. That'd be very nice. Do you know gold's always been valuable? Yes, I know everything you're telling me. Daffy Duck told me that when I was a little kid. I know all about how gold is valuable. There's one that I don't understand, but it's called reverse mortgage. I've never heard of one of these things. And it has a guy on it, and he goes, I'm a guy. And I want to tell you about reverse mortgages. You've probably never heard of them, but you all know what a mortgage is. That's when you and your loved one, you get together a grub stake, you know, a little bit of money, and by God, you put it down on a piece of land or a house, you know? And then every month you pay what's called a mortgage, you know, which is some money to the bank. And then 20 years pass, or 30, and you have a big party with your friends, and all your kith and kin come, and you burn the mortgage, and by God, you own a piece of the American dream. Anyways, this is the complete opposite. So, we'd be glad to send you some brochures. It's a picture of you with no shelter. You know, I'm trying to be a better person. About the magic phone, Wikipedia. Oh, you ever use that? That's the best, man. It makes a democracy out of smartness. Everybody's equal now, you know? Used to be a guy would go to school 5, 6 years, and then he'd talk to me, and I'd be like, ah. But now it's all different. I got my magic phone in my pocket. So a guy will say to me, he'll go, hey, Norm, you ever hear of a fella that went by the name of Claude Monet? And I go, why, of course I have. I got to go to the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom. And I'm in there 20, 25 minutes, and I come back. I go, hey, listen, I was just, we were talking about Claude Monet, and I just wanted to say that, you know what I liked about him was his paintings. I liked the way he painted. He was a painter, and I loved how he used the paint to make paintings. And the guy goes, God damn, Norm, I've never been able to stump you in 2 years. I go, But I looked on because I like learning on my Wikipedia, and I looked because I was wondering about fame, the nature of fame, because it's changed so much. We even know there was, we know the first ones. There was Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin. They went Apollo 11, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin. And even the third is hard to remember. His name was Michael Collins. And Michael Collins, in one of the just most unfair jokes, I don't know what it was, he got to go all the way to the moon, but not go on the moon. All the way to the moon, and then that little rope ladder, he wasn't allowed to go down. He had to stay in the lunar capsule while Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong went on the moon. And Michael Collins just looking out the window going, are those motherfuckers golfing? Good God, they're golfing. Wait a minute, they got a dune buggy now. I was only allowed to bring so much, and they brought dune buggies. This is... I have to keep up a good face, I guess. And then Buzz and Neil, I'm sure they were nice guys. They didn't want to hurt Michael Collins, you know. So they probably went back, you know, to the lunar capsule, you know, and Michael Collins was like, what do you think, guys? What was the moon like? What was it like? And they were like, it's all right if you like that kind of thing, I guess. I prefer the lunar capsule myself. I can't speak for Buzz, but I really do like the lunar capsule. Because that's what you do. You know, most of your life is mundane. So I had to write a book, right? So
well, we also have to take a break.
Are you kidding me?
It says it right on the monitor.
We have no sponsors.
Well, we do have a sponsor, right?
You know what's amazing that I didn't know?
We have no sponsors.
My dad used to call it take a shave. Take a shave. He'd get mad at me. But anyway,
why didn't you shave today?
But it's a fantastic...
Why didn't you shave?
I didn't shave because I wanted to do this commercial and show, you know.
Or do you like that look?
Well, who would like this look?
See you.
I want you to sign up for Dollar Shave Club by going to dollarshaveclub.com/Norm. You will get high quality razors sent to your door.
That's not, come on.
It's a little frightening.
I wouldn't mind it. Do you ever run out of razors and you're like, damn it?
Yeah,
you can't run out to the store.
Yeah, well, you don't have to here because you get high quality razors sent to your door every month, and it's for a fraction of what you pay retail.
That's even better.
Also makes a great gift for Father's Day. Is your father still alive?
No.
God damn, that's 2 out of 3. He's dead too?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, this is about your aunt.
My aunt?
Is she fucking dead?
Yes.
You don't have a living aunt?
Maybe.
Adam Egat, do you use the Dollar Shave Club?
No, I mean, not today.
Yeah, look at you. You go to dollarshave.com.
Well, it's perfect for me.
I don't
do you want to know how to get there?
Yes.
You go to dollarshave.com/Norm. That's dollarshave.com/Norm. Gotcha.
Is it $1 a day for one razor?
No.
I don't know why they call it Dollar Shave.
Huh?
$1 a month?
Listen, man, I can't answer every question.
It's called Dollar Shave Club.
Yes, that means it costs you $1 over the course of your lifetime. For $1 a month, have all your shaving needs met? I mean, on your face?
Well, you can use it for anything.
Well, that's true.
Do I have to only use it on my face?
No, they have no rules here. They have no rules.
Then yeah.
Of course, they have no rules. They send fucking razors to your house.
One more real quick. $1 per month, and you get like as many razors. That's kind of a good deal.
Yeah, kind of. That's like for the whole year. That's like $14.
I don't know how they make any money.
It can't be
volume.
They can't be high quality razors for $1 a month.
They're the highest quality razors in the world. You can slit your wife's throat.
It's somewhere in between.
Huh?
I think it's somewhere in between.
It says high quality.
Well, it's definitely high quality.
It's high quality razors sent to your door.
It says high quality razors.
Every month. You would be crazy not to have high quality razors sent to your house every day. And we're going to read jokes. We read jokes.
I thought you were going to talk about this thing.
We're going to talk about the man. What about the man grate?
Is that like a genital cleanser?
No! No, my God. What is the man grate, you ask?
Okay.
Huh?
Fine, I didn't, but...
You didn't ask. It is 100% made in America. Cast iron grilling grates.
Iron. You don't pronounce it iron.
That's what everybody tells me.
It's the iron horse, like Lou Gehrig was the iron horse of baseball.
Yes.
The word I-R-O-N is iron. No, iron.
Cast iron.
Iron?
Cast iron grilling grates that are...
Are you kidding when you say iron?
You know what? Don't be like fucking Larry King. That motherfucker, I say iron and he's up my asshole for fucking 4 days.
It should be iron. That's what makes English the world's toughest language.
Yeah?
You know, right? Sure.
It is the
Because
toughest language.
to
To me,
learn.
it's the easiest. Man, great. Great. Have you heard of the man grate?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear about it?
On Adam Carolla's podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? Do you have a father? Man grate is the perfect gift for this Father's Day. Is he alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% made in America. If he was dead, it would have been a really bad moment in the commercial. Your dad's alive?
No.
Fuck. God damn it. I'm sorry about your dad.
That's fine.
Your father's dead. But you have children. You are a father.
Yes, and I'm not dead.
Yes.
Maybe you'll give me one and
I'll give you one. Is your mom still alive?
My mom?
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
Jesus Christ, is any of your relatives fucking alive? It's man grate. They're revolutionizing the way people grill. What, Adam Egan? It's true. You haven't heard of the revolution? You can put chicken on this or steak. That's not that unique. It has heavy duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
These are very heavy.
Yes, no, but that's part of the charm. It weighs a lot of pounds.
Is that heavy?
Yeah. Listen, man, what was that fucking Vegas story?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
What is in that?
Again. It's revolutionizing the way people grill.
Jesus.
What?
I thought it was like a, all right.
You want to hear what it has?
Yeah.
It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Listen. No more dry meat. What do you think of that?
Good. You want your meat juicy.
Oh, come on now. Don't make it sound like a fucking fat, plumpy, delicious cock. No more flare-ups. You know, in your barbecues, all those big flare-ups. It was named one of 2012's best grilling accessories. There's more fucking facts about the man grate than about Nick. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate. Chicken, steak, has never tasted so good. Hey, how about this? Each NORM MACDONALD show order comes with a heavy-duty grilling brush.
Jesus.
You want to put that on your not dry meat?
Look at that. Those things are dirty.
No.
That's from the iron.
Are you sure?
Yes. Well, it's not from my cock. What? I just went to the bathroom. You say cock so much.
I'm coming in your butt.
Oh my God. Well, listen, man. Hey,
your mouth is my toilet.
Again. This commercial is like a mini-series. Are you a jingoist? 100% made in America. 100% cast iron. Mangrate.com. Thank you, Andy. That's yours. You just threw your own going away present with contempt to the floor. That was our only sponsor.
Oh, yeah, and you lost.
Yeah, now we found out we lost Mangrate as a sponsor. And then earlier today, I think we were told legally we can't say we lost them as a sponsor even.
Yeah, I think we were still waiting to find out if we were allowed to say that.
But anyways, that was
who cares?
Schwartzen.
We lost them.
That was Nick Schwartzen that fucked it all up.
One of your lesser known, but one of my favorite things you've ever done is a commercial you did for the Mangrate.
God. That's an online only thing, don't you think?
It's got like 100,000, maybe a couple of million views. And I just want to know, did they ever come around to your interpretation of their ad and their product?
No, what he's referring to is I had this podcast that, I do this podcast, I don't make any money off it. And then they're like, do this commercial. I'm like, I fucking don't even.
And then it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite, fire never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. Festival queen standing tall. Ooh, I get it. Ooh. No crown needed, our all's the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
Make any money. And so there was this goddamn thing called a Mangrate. And it weighed like 100 pounds. It was supposed to be some sort of cooking device for steak. And I had to read all this thing. And I couldn't even lift it. And I was like sweating profusely. And talking about what it was. And then, I don't know.
It gets very colorful.
Like what?
It gets very colorful.
It gets very colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say what I said here in a house of worship. But no, they never came around to seeing the...
that sponsorship ended.
That sponsorship ended without amicability. An African-American accent?
try, yeah.
Okay. We'll give you an African-American. An African-American.
Your mom is so fat she developed type 2 diabetes and congestive heart failure. Snap!
I'm so proud of myself today. I'm so proud of myself. You know what?
All right, y'all. Norm MacDonald. Now, if you've been on the channel for some years, it's probably been 3-4 years since we've seen Norm MacDonald. I did a few Norm MacDonald reactions, so I kind of understand, his comedy style. He's going to deadpan in as well, kind of like Mitch Hedberg. But the thing about Norm is he'll go into context more. He'll tell a story. So Norm is hilarious. I'm informed, guys. I know Norm is hilarious. Don't think this is my first Norm video. I'm getting into this, warming back up to Norm Honestly, I'm doing this video because I don't know which full special to do. And I'm testing the waters here just to throw out a short form video so you guys can let me know what is the best special to do of Norm Macdonald. You know, I have no clue. I've been trying to do the right specials. So asking you guys has been helping so much. Whatever you guys say in the comments, I put it out and everybody seems to, you know, it resonates well. So I guess that's what I'm going to do here. So let me know a good Norm Macdonald stand-up and we'll go from there. All that being said, you're on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We have Norm Macdonald, Risky Black Jokes. Norm, where we going with this? Where we going with this, man? Let's find out.
130 years after the Civil War, the state of Mississippi has finally voted to abolish slavery. Representatives say they would have liked to have done it sooner, but they were delayed due to some awfully big cotton crops. They had some kind of big cotton thing. All right.
Norm.
In Colorado this week, Bob Dole warned that if Pat Buchanan is the Republican nominee, the party might lose both the presidency and control of Congress. In response, Buchanan warned that if anyone other than himself becomes president, blacks will retain the right to vote.
That's cold,
Last night, the epic disaster film Twister opened to big box office and some controversy. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has called for a boycott of the movie, claiming that not enough black people in the film are killed by tornadoes. Meanwhile, Furman, who was expected to face disciplinary action by the LAPD, may get off lightly. Under the terms of a controversial plea bargain, the charges against him have been reduced to, quote, 1 count of using the word darky.
Hey, Norm, bruh. Ease up on the gas pedal a little bit. How do we have so many of these in our arsenal? Norm's just sitting there, that's a good black joke right there. That's real risky. Can't wait to show them that one. Blackie or Darky. Hey, Darky. Oh, I'd be pissed if someone called me that, honestly. Darky? Oh my gosh. That's an insane name, dude. Hey, Darky, like.
Darky.
Darky.
In the wake of the verdict, angry Menendez defense attorney Leslie Abramson said the jury simply chose not to believe the brothers' excuse that they had been sexually abused by their father, and says she knows why. Quote, "It's because my clients are black." President Clinton was in Austin, Texas last Monday, the day of the Million Man March. The president said in a speech, "I'm here to speak to you today because right now in Washington, D.C., there's like 1 million black guys." In Nashua, New Hampshire this week, a high school student, Chris Conley, while attempting to dunk a basketball, lost his balance, crashed down on the rim, and shattered 2 front teeth. Gee, I wonder if by some crazy chance Chris is white.
Black guy would have dunked that easy.
This week, as America marked the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson's entry into Major League Baseball, there was a sobering reminder that racial prejudice in sports is not yet a thing of the past. In a shocking move, today, all but one of the 125 playing members of the Professional Golf Association has signed a petition to ban African-American golfers from the tour.
Get Tiger Woods out of here.
And now a correction to a story we ran last...
No, was that true, guys? Even though I'm laughing, but is that... I don't know if that was... if it's truth behind that joke. You know what they say about jokes. Every joke is some truth behind it. Did they really try to get Tiger up out of here? I'm not being that guy to, you know... It's not a lot of us in golf. I guess that's why they laughed at me when they caught me for golf. Black dude playing golf. I was pretty good though, guys. I'm telling you honestly, I was good. I don't know if they would let me in. I'm not thinking like that, but it's just you don't see, Brown on the course like that. VJ Singh, I think that's his name. He's one of them. I might have messed his name up. Tiger Woods, yeah. Tiger's son is pretty good. If you guys seen Tiger Woods' son, he's pretty decent. But I was watching George Carlin, and it's something about golf. These comedians, man, they break down sort of like the same subject. It's basic. I think these comedians try to inform us in a way, but they make us laugh behind it, to make the higher-ups at ease. Watching George Carlin talk about only blacks you see in the PGA, they're holding trays.
And now a correction to a story we ran last week. Prince Charles is actually the one in the middle. So we apologize for that.
I don't know why black is
Black is great.
Black is great.
Black is fantastic. Right?
Yeah, I mean, black is fantastic.
Even though, they're not black anymore. But then again, we're not white. Right?
Right.
We're pink like his fucking asshole. We're all the color of Bobby's asshole deep down.
This is an older Norm. It went from the younger Norm to the older
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Roseanne hired me as a I was doing stand-up, and Roseanne said, "Would you like to be on the show and act?" You can be Lori's boyfriend. I said, "I can't act." I should have said I could act.
Yeah.
So anyway, she said, "Well, why don't you be a writer?" But one time in the writing room, she would give jobs to crazy guys sometimes, and she gave a job to African American. I don't know what you call them. I call them African American.
What do you know what he calls them?
Those two words that I never heard in the state of Texas, That's a joke, son.
And we're saying African American, and when you say that, it feels uncomfortable, right? To your tongue? No.
What are you supposed to say?
Well,
now, just tell me what you're supposed to say.
Darky.
Well, I definitely would not say the A word.
Right.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
The A-A word.
Yeah,
African American. Can you do an African American accent?
Try, yeah.
Okay. We'll give you an African American.
Your mom is so fat she developed type 2 diabetes and congestive heart failure. Snap!
Oh, that was horrible.
Hey, George,
What is going on here? What show is this? VPN Norm Live. I'm going to have to check this out. They're doing black scents on there. He said, little mama had type 2 diabetes. Sure enough did. She sure enough had type 2 diabetes. Sure thing. That's tight. What the? Hey, they cold-blooded. They said, screw black face. Let's do black voice.
Do an African American accent?
Try, yeah.
Okay. We'll give you an African American.
your mom is so fat she developed type 2 diabetes and congestive heart failure. Snap! Hey, George, my mother is so fat when she came to Vegas they had to build another hotel.
Guy goes, you got the do-rag. He goes, I fucking my woman, and I don't want to answer the phone. Oh, shit, it could be a job.
Hey, guys.
And then, after you take the do-rag, you wipe off your dick with the do-rag. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. But everyone in the audience is like, yeah, we all do that. We all wipe our dicks off.
Bro,
you know the Harlem Shake?
Yeah, I've seen it on every single commercial.
You've seen it. Then you'll appreciate this joke. I remember back when the Harlem Shake was just a black fella holding me upside down off a fire escape trying to collect his money. Orange is the new black. But not in my apartment building. Kevin is the new black.
Presidential fact. Barack Obama is the first.
Oh, gosh, this stuff is cold, man. Hey, Norm, where are you getting these jokes, bruh? He said, not in my apartment building. Kevin is the new black. Kevin's the only black guy in my apartment building, and the property value dropped as soon as he got here. We're currently trying to get Kevin out of here. Kevin! Dude, Norm is cold with it.
Presidential fact. Barack Obama is the first president to ever say the N-word as a term of endearment.
That's not how Washington used it.
No, I don't think it was a term of endearment.
No,
Today is the 11th birthday of President Obama's youngest daughter, Sasha, or as I like to call her, the uppity one.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm a regular Mozart.
Dude, Norm had legends on his show.
Michelle Obama has booked a cameo on the ABC show Nashville.
Start again. Start again.
All right.
Kids today, I mean,
You can't spell ABC.
Wow. Michelle Obama has booked a cameo on the ABC show Nashville. With this and her appearance on iCarly, I think Michelle is ready to start appearing in films. May I suggest my favorite film series, Black Ass Fuckers?
All right.
I found the secret to life is there is no problem that a huge...
What?
No, I found the secret to life, Bob, and this is it. There is no problem big enough that a huge...
To get it out, Norm. What is it?
that a huge what?
No, I found out the secret to life.
Yes, oh great one.
Yes, and it is this. There is no problem big enough that a huge black cock cannot fix.
Dr. Dre announced that he's the first hip-hop billionaire, a regular J. Paul Ghetto.
Two businessmen bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million. They are very excited with their purchase, as this is the only legal way to own black people. Now that is here, and I read that.
Well, you're not there. You know how businessmen are racist?
They are.
Yes, it's them being racist.
They are.
You.
The two businessmen that bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million are racist, according
no, they're
to this.
fine, man. Well, here's actually a joke about Donald Sterling.
Okay. All the charities that Donald Sterling donated millions of dollars to are giving the money back to him. Well, that'll show him. It's not bad.
Everybody came to Norm's show. Norm must be a cool-ass dude in order to get everyone to come to his show like this. I'm not naming everyone, guys. I don't want to screw names up, but I know who's there. I've seen these faces. This dude everyone must fuck with him in Hollywood. Because these type of, David Spade is not going to just show up on anybody's show. That's crazy.
Back to him. Well, that'll show.
Let me hear this joke again. I was just shocked Spade was there. Hold on.
Well, here's actually a joke about Donald Sterling.
Okay. All the charities that Donald Sterling donated millions of dollars to are giving the money back to him. Well, that'll show him. It's not bad.
Never trust a black guy wearing a Dirk Nowitzki jersey.
Why?
In Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Mavericks and the Thunder, Magic Johnson said that Dirk Nowitzki is playing like he has 3 legs, which is a nice way of saying he's playing like a black guy. Show Oklahoma City's second-round NBA playoffs. Great dunk from Westbrook, though I'd be more impressed if he weren't young and black. Moscow Roy Jones Jr. is down. Boring. If I wanted to see an old black guy get punched in the face, I'd look out my window. Eastern Conference Final in Miami, and LeBron crushes Kyle Korver in transition. Always shocking when a black guy running forward is faster than a white guy running back. Usually I pick the bigger, blacker guy. President Obama is a phenomenal player at basketball for a president of the United States. But I think he's just mediocre for a black guy. Hey, what about bringing you...
Norm, how long can you go without saying black? Let's see. Black guy. That didn't take long. Norm. Hey, Norm. All right, Norm. We get it. Black guys are fast and athletic. They like to dunk. We get it, Norm.
President of the United States. But I think he's just mediocre for a black guy. Hey, what about bringing in Jackie Robinson? Only team with a black guy on it. That's not cheating?
That was considered cheating.
That's cheating. Last week, Indiana Pacer Danny Granger called Joakim Noah of the Chicago Bulls a coward. Now, where I come from, those are fighting words. But I have no idea how the black community views them.
They're fighting words.
Middleweight boxer Bernard Hopkins has caused a stir by implying that Donovan McNabb is not black enough. The two men have decided to settle their differences with an old-fashioned game of who cannot catch a cab.
Everybody's bringing up these licenses for illegals and that they need to have them. And my question is, where are they getting the license plates? Obviously, we're letting them register vehicles without licenses. And in this day of car bombs and stuff, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Thank you, Dan from Boise. Norm, what's your feeling?
Well, I know that the New York Governor Spitzer, I'm trying to get to learn things, but he doesn't want to issue licenses to illegal immigrants, you know, and I don't know how the hell you're going to get a cab in New York City anymore. I mean, it's hard enough, you know, for me especially as a black man.
No. All the immigrants are driving taxis in New York. He get rid of the immigrants, we won't have a way to get a taxi, especially as a black man. You know what? I never tried to get a taxi in New York. They were driving past me pretty fast when I went to New York. The taxis were flying by me. Black guy. They don't tip. God, we have to start tipping. I don't know if it's more. Okay, it looks like it's more. It just looks like some merch right here. Let's see. Oh, it's another joke. Anyone have any Norm MacDonald merch?
Have you heard about this Huckleberry Finn thing?
Here we go.
I heard something about they wanted to take the N-word out, right?
Yeah, anyways, I wanted to bring it up before I forgot, and then we'll get on to my my projects.
All right, do you have any observation on it, any tweets on it, or just the cognizance of the fact that they want to...
No, I feel it's a thorny issue.
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't the whole thing.
I don't, Norm.
I thought you were going to go like, well, how so, or something.
Tell us more, Norm. Why don't you
I feel it's a thorny issue.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why.
Why, Norm?
Well, you got Mark Twain, you know, and you're talking about, I mean, for those of you who don't know, you know what I'm talking about. They've taken out the N-word, you know, out of many of the books of Huckleberry Finn.
Norm, they've taken out.
And so you got a thorny issue that I think I have a solution to.
What's the solution, Norm?
Do you want to hear it?
No,
yeah, what is it, dude?
Never anything more.
Well, the thorny issue is this.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to take, you know, Mark Twain, you know, one of the greatest writer ever to brush paper with ink, you know, and change his words, for God's sake. On the other side of the coin, you don't want to have a young African American boy in school, you know, hearing that word out loud and causing him pain. So it's a thorny issue. But I figure it this way. You read Huckleberry Finn.
You are so splendidly demented. Yeah, I've read it.
Splendidly demented.
You know it's written in the first person by Huckleberry Finn.
It's the first person.
Yes, I do.
And you know it includes the N-word.
Yes.
Therefore, you just change Huckleberry Finn to a black kid.
And everything's it's like a rap song at that point, right?
Exactly. Everything's cool.
So we just, okay, guys, Huckleberry, let me get hip to him real quick. Huckleberry Finn, that's one, I'm not hip. I'm not hip. Huckleberry. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. It's the N-word in this book? This dude look like Luffy. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, a classic American novel by Mark Twain. Never heard of it, guys, or read it. Follows the journey of a teenage misfit, Huck Finn, and an escaped slave, Jim. Jim Crow. Why was it the slave named Jim? Jim down the Mississippi River on the raft. Wow. So that joke makes so much more sense now. If we change this guy to a black guy, it ultimately becomes a rap song. I wonder how the book go. Huckleberry walking through the streets with my niggas. Nigga this, nigga, and we nigga that a nigga. I saw a nigga pulled up on my niggas, and then we said, what up, nigga? And everybody said, nigga. I don't know. I don't got to read the Huckleberry. Something with N in there, though, the N-word. Norm MacDonald. Norm MacDonald is splendidly demented. I am so glad that they said the perfect words for me to describe him. I don't even know what to say. You know, I'm going to go look in the mirror real quick, do some self-evaluation. You know, I'm just messing around. Norm MacDonald is foul, dude. We're gonna leave that at that. I'm gonna keep this outro rather short because it can be risky if I go off into any other ventures. But with a full Norm MacDonald that we could check out, any full stand-ups we could check out, put in the comments. How many times does he say black guy in a stand-up? Us black guys would like to know. I wish I was one of the, you know, athletic football playing black guys. I'm strong and all, but I was one of the different black guys, the golf playing black guy, wrestling. I played the different sports. Tennis. About to go play some basketball, see if I can dunk. I gotta go find me the nearest white guy. I'll be back.
My next guest has played Allison Parker, one of the many dysfunctional but gorgeous residents of Melrose Place. Please welcome Courtney Thorne-Smith. Norm, you're sick and you're all over her like a bear rug. Just leave her alone.
No, you know, because before, during the commercial, I was saying I had a huge crush on her.
Yeah.
And then you said you did too.
I said I did. When you were on Day by Day, I developed this big crush on you, and this whole talk show is a scheme to get you here.
I liked her when she was on the Tomorrow Show with Tom Snyder. Not the Tomorrow Show, but the later show.
He says to me in the break,
You have no idea who I am.
Yeah, no, I know from that show, that's all.
He says to me, oh, I really like her. I saw her. I really think she's great. I really have a crush on her. And I said, where, you saw her in Melrose Place? He said, no, I was watching Tom Snyder, and she was on, and she was a great guest. And I said, wait a minute, that's the show that's opposite our show. Why weren't you watching our show, pal?
Because I wasn't on it that night.
All right, no, stay.
I dated a guy once. Well, we dated and we broke up. And to get back together, he gave me like this little G-string outfit. You know, like this little, and I was like, wait a minute. That's for you. That's not for me. So stuff like that is not good. Another guy gave me a keychain, a plastic keychain.
Well, that guy is a moron. How do I get the supermodel back? Hey, look, $1.99 at the airport. I heart New Jersey. He really gave you a keychain?
He gave me a plastic. I was going to bring it out, but I couldn't get it off of my keys, so I left it in the backstage. But he gave me a keychain.
Why didn't you bring out the G-string?
I love that my dirty uncle's here for this tonight. I tell you what you gotta do. You gotta bring out that G-string.
And I'm like, don't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That's not cool. So this
I
is.
grew up in Alabama.
Multiple black eyes, landing on my butt a lot. It took a little while.
Okay. Being crippled?
No. I didn't. No.
I should have warned you about him.
I know.
It's interesting what you say when you go, like, America's the greatest country in the world or something, because, like, imagine, like, you're just saying that on account of you live there, because let's say you hear a guy who goes, hey, man, Kenya, that's the greatest country in the world. You better believe that.
Hey.
We were at a party, man, remember?
We were. It was, are we allowed to even mention whose party it was? Because it's,
Oh, Jay Leno's.
No.
It's actually not true. It was. He would not have a party. Don't trust me.
That's fine with me about that owl. I don't give a hoot. I will say Kiki does not need tricks, because I've never seen as breathtaking a girl in my life. And her smile is so genuine. It's unbelievable.
Why are you doing this to me?
Is it called 9.5 seconds? Like he's premature ejaculator.
You know what happened? This is what happened. You know what happened? He said 9.5 seconds, and I'm looking at him because I know there's more.
No, I like guys who appeal to like the look. You know.
Wait a minute. Why are you looking at yourself while she's here?
Because I'm deathly pale. Look, see?
That was good.
I look like Nosferatu. Conan, I don't know if you agree with me.
Oh, here we go, folks.
I've always felt that anything that does not kill you makes you very weak. And almost killed.
Yeah.
This is a little bit like when Donahue met Marlo. You guys.
He said, you guys.
Here we go. Even I don't get that one.
Hold down.
You're hilarious.
Yeah.
It was the first party I've been to in like 12 years. But it was fun seeing Todd, man. The Hangover was awesome. I hope the second one's...
Yeah.
Like my son was like, I don't know how they can do it again.
You realize you're not going to get to any of your things you're here to talk about. It's pretty much over now.
That's okay.
No, don't apologize. This is what happens when Norm comes
But
to town.
honest to God, The Hangover was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Well, The Hangover 2 is going to be even better.
I hope, yeah.
That's a windmill. It does not, in fact, pump water, but it's pretty. I think everybody can enjoy, again, sturdy steel structure. That's...
You ever tilt at it?
What's tilt at the windmill?
Yeah, I thought that's what you did to them. Wait, do you know Robert Duvall?
I do. Norm, you're killing my flow here.
No, I'm sorry.
It's a Zeppelin. All right.
Are you talking about Melrose Place? No, because
You're the biggest ass I ever met. I trust you for it.
No, because I swear to God, and when I lived in L.A., I lived on the actual street called Melrose Place. There's an actual street.
There's a Melrose. Is there really a Melrose
There's really
place?
a Melrose Place.
Okay.
You know this, right?
Yes, it's true.
So they opened a restaurant called Melrose Place on it, and then it's right beside my house. And every time I go out, there's all these retards, like tourists, and then these tourist retards, like they're always fat and they're taking pictures, standing in front of this restaurant.
Yeah. All right, you got to come back when this masher isn't here.
I've got to come back with all you guys.
Yeah. I like this lineup. We got to take this on the road.
I was thinking the same thing.
You guys want to go on the road together and take this act around town?
I don't think I could survive it. I mean, right now, if you were to take my post, you'd have to subtract 8.
to come up with like where to grab it and then call it something, and I'll bring it out.
Oh, what about
the contest?
like?
Now, here we go. Here we go.
No, she asked, but I like that crippler.
Yeah.
What about the long-suffering death?
Oh, that's a different one. That's different.
Let's watch her open this run up right here. It'll be another big 900. Oh, God. Wowzers.
It actually looks easy. I know it's not. I don't mean to insult you in any way, because I know how difficult it is, but because it's snow, you're like, woo! Yeah, like I went to Vegas a couple weeks ago, and a funny thing happened there, Andy.
Hi.
And a funny thing happened there in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go there, to gamble. I meet a couple of midgets,
Couple of midgets?
Yeah.
Little people, I call them.
Well, I don't think of people as little people.
Yeah, your word's better.
Yeah.
Go ahead anyway. You meet a couple of midgets.
I know a lot of people in show business talk about the little people.
Right.
But I think everybody's the same. The midgets, the regular people.
Okay.
We're all human beings.
We're all human beings. That's good. You're not. That's good. You have a good attitude.
Some of us are, short and have weird big heads. So, anyway, these guys.
You're writing a book.
Yes.
How to be a model.
Yes. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Getting into Modeling.
So, like, rule number 1, be incredibly beautiful. Right. I mean, what are the things that you can do?
I know rule number 2.
Yeah.
Don't be a midget.
No. Stop it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask you this. Did you ever toss a prostitute off a bridge?
What's the first one?
You must be.
A quick question.
Good
I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry.
When I pick up the blue
Why
card.
is it that in some sports, like beach volleyball or snowboarding, the women are breathtakingly beautiful, and you would think they would be big, big. You'd think they'd be big monsters of ladies.
Why would you think that, though?
Well, like softball.
We can't be women. That's what I'm trying to do.
But what's the movie going to be called?
Well,
Really?
I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
She's in it.
What about my career?
Courtney Thorne-Smith, the girl sitting to your left, is in the movie.
I'm going to go see it for fun.
How do you steer everybody else away?
No, I love this girl. I would see any movie with this girl in it. She's a beautiful lady and a talented, nice talk show guest.
As evidenced by her appearance on our rival show. All right, well, there's this 2-hour season finale of Melrose Place. There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
We're going to take a break now. We're going to have Collective Soul in a second. Courtney Thorne-Smith, we hope she's still our friend. We do love you.
Now the Radio and Television Correspondents Association dinner. The annual event took place last night at the Washington Hilton Hotel here in the nation's capital. Speakers include President Clinton, CBS News anchor Dan Rather, and comedian Norm MacDonald. Terry.
Continuing with this Saturday Night Live theme, our next speaker is currently in his 4th season on that show. He doesn't do an impression of the president, but he does a great impression of Bob Dole, Andy Rooney, and Charles Kuralt. Recently, he ranked number 2 on Rolling Stone's list of the 101 best things about watching television. And once a week, he gets a taste of our jobs when he anchors that program's Weekend Update. Please join me in welcoming NORM MACDONALD.
All right. I won't be as funny as that last bit. Just so you know, Well, good evening, Mr. President, Mrs. First Lady, and the distinguished members of the Radio and Television Correspondents' Dinner. When I accepted the honor of performing here tonight, one thought crossed my mind, and that was, please, God, don't let me bomb in front of the president. But I'm not worried. What the hell do I care? I worked on all my jokes. I got a lot of help from my joke writer, Don Imus. He was helped me a lot. Are you familiar? You know this guy? He's a funny guy. He wrote some jokes. Anyways, the dinner was great. You enjoyed the dinner? We had some salmon. Yeah, it was delicious. It was great, and I thought it was refreshing to see Democrats serve something other than subpoenas for a change. I thought that was nice. I'll be doing some jokes later. I just thought I'd... But it is rather daunting to me. I'm just a guy, What the hell am I? And here I am, I look out, I see President Bill Clinton, I see Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, media mogul Rupert Murdoch, broadcast legend Larry King, pornographer Larry Flint, Dick Morris. The list is starting to drop off a little, folks, but still, you get the idea. It's daunting. And of course, it was very inspiring to see President Clinton up here on crutches making a speech. I thought that was just amazing, it's been difficult for the president. He can't jog now, and he needs help getting around, and he still occasionally suffers great pain, On the upside, you got your medical marijuana, so that's, You must inhale, sir. It's the only way you're going to get better. But it's odd. I think this is the first time that I can remember that we've had a president that has hobbled, and it's tough on everybody. The Secret Service is not easy on the Secret Service. They have had to learn, how to do this, and they've been specially trained on how to lift and carry President Clinton by top experts who've been doing this for a long time. Boris Yeltsin's Secret Service agents. They've stepped in to help, Anyways, excuse me, I'm sorry, folks. Larry Flint and Dick Morris are giving some sort of hand signals to each other over there. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but it's kind of hard to concentrate. Larry Flint is here tonight. But also present this evening, Madeleine Albright, the Secretary of State. Ms. Albright's been very busy, She just returned from Russia, where she... applied for her? Yeah, Madeleine Albright. She's been very busy. She just went to Russia, where she met with Boris Yeltsin, and they had some talk on NATO expansion. I guess they kind of had a tense meeting, When Ms. Albright came back out, she said, for this I traveled 5,000 miles to meet with some drunken Meshuggah? On my worst enemy, I wouldn't wish this. This is... She's changed, That's what I find. But of course, looking around the room, I also see many distinguished members of the Fourth Estate. I see Brian Gumble is here, and he just signed a multi-year contract, of course, with CBS. And, you know, he took some time off to be with his family after the Today Show. But Bryant, in his heart, you know, is a newsman. And after a few weeks, he realized, you know, that he missed the excitement and thrill that you can only get by making millions and millions of dollars. So... And Dan Rather, of course, is here. He's a broadcast legend. I love Dan Rather. You know, I talked to him backstage, and it was a real thrill for me, you know. And he was so excited to be here, you know. I was backstage with him. I've never seen him so excited. At one moment, I remember he broke into a huge frozen smile. And it was... There it is again. There it is. Take a look. That's the huge frozen smile I'm talking about. We got a lot of power here, a lot of juice. Mr. Rule Arledge is here, of course, the chairman of ABC News, you know, and a lot of crazy stories coming out of that division, you know. You know, stories about this person sleeping with that person and all that, you know. Scandal after scandal. And if you heard the latest, I heard this just the other day. There's a rumor that last week, a certain, I don't want to say who it is, a certain gentleman in ABC News, he went to a party and he got really drunk and he ended up having sex with his own wife. I don't know how these rumors get started, but, you know, it's probably just a vicious rumor, really, you know. But as Mr. Arledge knows, of course, TV has become a very tough game. You got to stay competitive, you know. As we all know, ABC's Good Morning America is in a little turmoil, you know, a little trouble, a little rating trouble. And they're considering a lot of ways now, you know, to boost the ratings. And I don't know, I think they're getting a little desperate. I heard that next week Charles Gibson will announce he's a lesbian. I mean, is that going to help anything? Nobody wants to hear that. Martha Stewart is here, and she wanted me to tell you, don't let the busboys clear your table off tonight, because a little later Martha will come up here, and she's going to show us how to take those old discarded fish bones and make a beautiful birdhouse. So... That's nice. I'm very nervous. I don't know why. Before I sip this coffee, actually, sir, how much is it? How much would a cup of coffee cost in a place like this?
Nothing for you.
Nothing. It's free. Okay, great. I didn't want to get, I didn't want to see $90,000 on my bill later. I'm sorry. And of course, there are some important Washington figures who couldn't be here tonight. Vice President Al Gore is not here. Unfortunately, he broke down and they had to leave him in the shop overnight. But they say he'll be all right later. Something wrong with the voice box or something. I don't know what it was. House Speaker Newt Gingrich is not here. A little while back, of course, everybody knows that Newt pushed through a lot of budget cuts in the arts, particularly in PBS, and the effects are being felt now. I can see it, even as a layman, just watching. The other day I watched that show, the Frugal Gourmet. It changed its name to the Cheap Bastard. It's crazy. And Senator Ted Kennedy couldn't be here. There's a lot of jokes about Ted Kennedy, but I recently watched an interview. It was very touching. Ted was talking about, or Mr. Kennedy. What the hell am I calling him Ted for? Senator Kennedy was talking about how he proposed to his lovely wife Vicki Reggie, and it was very touching. It was a different side of Ted Kennedy that you don't see. He was very old-fashioned or romantic. When he made the proposal, it was very nice. He got up on one knee and he. It was nice, You hear all the stories, but then you hear something like that, it makes you. I'm starting to relax now. You know, I think I'm relaxing a little. And that's not just the booze talking. I think I really am relaxing. It's the Xanax, the Prozac, and the booze talking. But, no, I'm a little nervous, you know. I mean, who the hell am I? But,
game show, and you name it, he's done it all. I think one of the hottest guys around, as they all are tonight. But this is definitely one of the hottest guys. A big hand, please, for Mr. Norm MacDonald.
What are you yelling my name for?
Norman!
Shut the fuck up, man. We gotta do some thing here. Okay. No, that's very nice of you yelling my name.
No problem, Norm.
Okay, excellent. So, you ever get a lottery ticket, like buy a lottery ticket? Huh? You ever get one, somebody give you one as a present, like for Christmas or something like that? That's always a weird gift there, huh? I think that's the weirdest gift. Say, here you go. Nothing. That's for me and you. There's nothing at all there. Cardboard I'm giving you this year. Unless it wins, then, you know, then it's good. But imagine if it wins, that'd be the worst, you know? You gotta give a guy a ticket and then it wins. You don't want a guy to win, you want him to lose. Imagine you get a call from a guy like a week after Christmas, go, what's that, Bill? Yeah, I remember that ticket I give you. 14 million bucks, huh? Well, Merry Christmas to you. Guess no chance of that ticket skyrocketed up. Fucked up the joke because some weird things happening over here on my left.
That's your right.
I'm booting the guy out.
That's your right.
Excellent, kicking the guy out. I love seeing guys get kicked out. While I get my little camera thing. Crazy, huh? It's crazy. So, I guess my little lottery joke and the guy getting kicked out thing worked out pretty good. Exactly the way I planned it. Just what I was hoping for. So, I got some clothes today. You know, I was going to buy some clothes for this little camera thing. This is what I ended up with. I got this green shirt. And you ever buy clothes at a store? Huh? I go to this store, you know, and I don't know nothing about stuff. I don't know what looks good or anything, you know. I go to this store, and you ever see those stores where the things aren't even marked, where you can tell which is the girl stuff and which is the guy stuff? Just all the same. You end up choosing something right out of your sex. Yeah, that's embarrassing. And you go, yeah, salesman, I'm interested in this here. And then the guy goes, what are you? It's a girdle. And you go, oh, wow. That was a hat. To me, that's a hat. And sometimes then you gotta go in and you gotta try the clothes on in those little rooms, and then people can see you because the door doesn't fit you right, you know? The door go like that on you, little rodeo doors they got in there. And then people see like your naked shoulders and naked shins and everything like that. You know? People be shopping you, looking right in the eye, go, you're naked over there, huh? You go, yeah, a little bit, a little bit. The only fun part of the whole experience for me is I get to try on the clothes, look in that mirror, you know? They have those special mirrors in department stores where they go in like that, and then they cut across, and it's some kind of magic mirror where you can see like 100 different angles of yourself. And I can look in that mirror forever, you know? So forget the shirt, how much for a mirror? Wrap up the mirror. Sometimes you see weird angles. You ever see those angles? You look in there and go, geez, look at me from that angle over there. And I hope nobody ever stands right there and looks at me. Like a big ear from over there. What the hell do people think? I must think I'm ear man or something when they stand over there. But that's how you want to be seen. Hey, how other people see you from different angles. You know, you can't get that with a regular mirror at home. You know, you can try like look at a face like that. You know, but then you see your own eye looking back at you. That doesn't work at all. The only time you can really see yourself is when you don't notice the mirror. Sometimes you just be walking down the mall there. Doodly doodly doo. Oh! That was me there in the mirror there for a second. But I love mirrors, you know, but you don't want to be caught looking in the mirror because people think you're vain, you know what you are, but you don't want people to know it. So, sometimes you be looking in the mirror, a guy catch you, you know. Oh, the mirror! I was just looking at it. I didn't notice my reflection or anything like that. Oh, look, there's me in there. How about that? You ever know some mirrors are better than other mirrors? You think all mirrors be the same, you know? But sometimes you be in the bathroom, you get ready for the night, you go, hey, look at me in the mirror there. Oh, I'm looking good. Okay, I'm ready to go out now, looking good like I do. And then you walk by the mirror in the bedroom, you look in there, you go, hey, I look like shit here. What the hell happened between the bathroom and here? This mirror shot here, right? So now I got a lift down here because I don't know how to drive. You know, I can't drive. I gotta get my license. You know, gotta get my driver's license so I can go. You know, I can have ID and stuff. You know, because I have no good ID. All my ID stinks. You need a driver's license for ID, you know, or something, a credit card or something. You know, you ever try to cash a check with that little card that comes with the wallet? They just look at you, you know. I came down here, you know, we drove down here, and you ever have 3 people in a car and you have to sit in the back seat all by yourself? Man, that stinks, doesn't it? All lonely back there and everything, and they're having fun up in the front seat. This is one of those cars too, only had 2 doors, you know? 1 door for each of the front seat guys, and you don't even get a door in the back seat. I had to bum a door off one of the front seat guys there to get there. Then you get back there, lonely, everybody having fun in the front seat, and you can't have fun with them. You know, because there's some kind of barricade there, some kind of, you know, all you can do is see the side of their faces having fun up in the front seat. That's all you can. You see their profiles on. A lot of that, Some guys won't do. You ever meet those guys? They say, "Oh, forget it, man. I have enough of this back seat, front seat garbage, man. I'll just stick my head into the front seat." Man, that's a breach of automotive etiquette there, huh? Just invade front seat airspace with her big head there. Hi, what are you guys talking about? It's me for the back seat. No, man, I just hang out back there, you know, try to keep together, you know. You start regressing a child after a while in the back seat, nothing to do and everything, you know. Can't listen to the music, it's way too loud back there, you know. You know, once you check for quarters, you can do that, you know, look for quarters. Say, oh. You ever look for quarters, find something grisly back there? Oh, what the hell was that? That wasn't a quarter there. I think I used to be a cat or something. I don't know what the hell that was. Certainly wasn't legal tender of any sort. Maybe you can make a window, you know, on a little drawing on the window, you know, you go, while away a few seconds of that little game. After a while, I got so lonely in the back seat, you start trying to make contact with other people in other back seats along the road. Look at your little window there. Could be a cow in the back of a flatbed truck for all you care. It's livestock, but it notices me there. I think I caught a cattle's eye there. That's crazy. The weather conditions are hell in the back seat too, aren't they? Anyhow, let's turn the window up, and then in the front seat, just gentle breeze licking their ear down. Back seat, giant hurricane going on back there. Shit flying through the air like the bedroom scene from Poltergeist back there. You always got all kinds of garbage back there too. They never like clean it out. You're always knee deep in Burger King bags and everything back there. Big toolbox beside you and all that stuff. You ever see the little ashtrays they give you in the back seat? Front seat, big deluxe ashtrays up there. You know? Big giant deluxe deals with big embedded lighters right in there and furrows to fit a cigar. You know, the back seat about that big. You gotta open them up, they're all rusty and everything. Get it open, go, oh look, some green gum. There's only like capacity 1 flick, you know, you go, oh, it's full. Oh, and then the next one, teeter, oh, there it goes. You can really tell how you feel about in the back seat by the seat belts, you know? You ever see those stinking little seat belts they give you? Just around there, you know? Just bisect you in case of an accident there. Those are the seat belts they banned from the front seat back in the 50s. front seat, you got, everything up there. You got big things come over here, or cross, and big airbag right on impact. A medic jumps out of your glove compartment. Everything. Just hit a brick wall because I'm in the front seat. You even got a headrest just so you don't hurt your neck, because that would be bad, hurting your neck. Oh, major car accident, you don't want to walk away with a hurt neck. You'd be in the back seat, a headrest just be like a face smasher to you. Mocking you for the whole trip there. So worse when you have to share the backseat. You ever have to share the backseat? Like there'd be 3 guys all stuffed into the backseat. And you're all, and you're crunched in. You're with 2 guys, and they're right beside you, and you're in the middle. That's the worst. Backseat middle. That's the worst spot of all. Man. Nobody ever chooses that spot. You ever say, "Hey, can I get backseat middle? Can I get that?" People trick you into that. They go, "Okay, you jump in, and I'll jump in, and then the next guy will jump in, but he won't run around and trap you in the middle." And you go, "Okay, I'll buy that." And then you get all crunched in, and you can't relax. Hey, everybody, like the 2 guys beside you sit back, relax, and you can't because you're responsible for thigh contact or something. Some unwritten law there, As soon as you relax, you go, "Hey, what are you?" "Oh, sorry, I forgot." And you're really in a vulnerable position there, backseat middle, no rope around your nothing there, It's like a cannon waiting to go off there. Hit a red light, bang, right through the window. Here you go. Soaring down the road, 3 miles down the road, people look out. "Hey, look here. Backseat middle there." You probably fished them into that spot. What a fish. So I don't have my license, but I always wanted to be a trucker, And of course I can't be a trucker because I don't have my driver's license, It makes the resume look pretty skimpy, as soon as I say that. When you get to the hobbies after they see that you don't have your license, Too bad too, because my hobby's collecting old trucks. But I always wanted to be a trucker, Driving a big truck. They're very intimidating though when you're in a car. You ever be behind a big truck full of trembling logs right in front of you? Holy cow. Sometimes you see those trucks where the cargo of the truck will be just wrecked cars. Just a bunch of wrecked cars. You go, "Holy cow, man, I hit this guy, I won't even notice." It's become part of the haul. 6 months later, you go, "Oh, there's a guy in this one." "Yeah, can you let me out already? I got a kink." Yeah, a trucker, that'd be great, When you're on the road, people say, "Hey, if you want to eat, follow the truckers, because they know the best restaurants." And that's true to a certain extent. Like truckers know the best restaurants, but truckers' idea of a good restaurant is not great food. Truckers' idea of a good restaurant, big giant parking lot. Basically all they care about, You have a big giant parking lot of your house. Trucks just show up there. You got anything to eat? But sometimes I go in there and just pretend to be a trucker, I'll just walk into a truck stop, get out of the car, pretend to be a trucker, because they don't know, And you can just pretend. Sometimes they'll buy it, sometimes they'll talk to you like a trucker. They'll go, "What are you hauling?" That's what they say, "What are you hauling?" Then you gotta make something up, you gotta go, "Pig iron." "Ah!" "I'm going over there now." "Ah!" I'm still a trucker though. "Ah!" Then you sit down and eat at their big tables. Everything big in a truck stop, Big oak tables about that thick, and big. Everything's big for a big trucker. Big forks about that big. Spear giant spuds with them and eat them whole. They bring you coffee. Don't even ask, because they say, "Here's your coffee. You're a trucker. There's your coffee." You go, "Ah!" It's the greatest. And they bring you your little menus and you order your stuff there, And they're always very simple, minimal kind of menus, Right to the point, down to earth. Items on it be like egg, coffee. You ever see 2 fluffy farm fresh eggs and light but hot pot of coffee? So fuck it, bring me an egg. I got no time for adjectives here. I'm a trucker here. Egg, all I want, egg. And I love the little girls, the women, you know, that come, and they're Marge. That's their names, waitresses. Marge, right there. And you talk to them like no other waitresses, you know. You go, ah, Marge, ah, I'll marry you one day, ah! They go, oh, my husband left your hide, Bert. I was calling myself Bert, you know. Then you buy your stuff, you know, you eat your little thing and everything, and it's great. And coffee, limitless coffee, endless cup and bottomless loaf of bread, and that's the life. Sometimes they bring you ever see that stuff they bring, it's not even cream, like it's not cream, and it looks like cream, but it's not cream? Like you say, hey, bring me some cream, and they bring it says, not cream, right on it. It says, and you go, hey, this is not cream. I asked for cream. This is not cream. Here, this is not cream. Sometimes it's stuff like weird code, like edible oil product. You know, what the hell is that? It says edible right on it. You know, that's not good, you know? Not the most ringing endorsement you could ask of a food stuff there. What the hell does edible mean? It means it just barely passed some test. That's what it means. But you go to those truck stops, and then after you eat, you always go to the gift shop and buy a little gift, you know? Like they'll have maybe a hat. They always have a hat with a little joke on it, a little dirty joke, you know? It'd be like a rhyme. It'd be da-da-da-da-da cock. Da-da-da-da-da word that rhymes with cock. Well, yeah, give me the hat with the cock and the rhymes. Thank you. Sometimes you see those hats, they're just dirty, they don't make no joke at all. I saw one shithead. And it had a chunk of shit on the hat. It came in children's sizes, too. That was a frightening part. Oh, Billy's birthday around the corner. Imagine his look of delight. So he has a shithead hat there. Actually, psychiatrists now say there's nothing better for a 7-year-old self-esteem than a piece of human waste on his head. I used to think it was a bad thing back in the dark ages of psychology. Thank God, we've come a long way since then. Wow, well, I forgot to do my little watch thing. I was putting on my little watch thing, and then the guy started screaming at me like a maniac, and I forgot to hit it. You know? Some guy with a well-thumbed copy of Catcher in the Rye in the front seat here. Okay, so you guys have been great, and thank you very much. Enjoy all the rest of the show.
Keep it going. Norm MacDonald, as I push myself in my...
A Brazilian teenager suing Michael Jackson for running him over with his van displayed his scars for a photographer this week. Jackson said through a spokesman that the suit was baseless, but he'd like to see more photos. Well, there may be trouble in paradise. Lisa Marie Presley confirmed this week that she and Michael Jackson live in separate residences 50 miles away from each other. Lisa Marie was quoted as saying, I guess being married to a homosexual pedophile wasn't such a great idea after all. Hey, Lisa Marie Presley said that she and Michael are still together and happy this week. She also made a revelation that she is actually a 9-year-old boy. While in the hospital, Michael Jackson had his room specially decorated with 2 huge photos of Shirley Temple. But don't get the wrong idea here. Michael Jackson is a homosexual pedophile. The nation is still reeling from Thursday's bombshell announcement that Lisa Marie Presley has filed for divorce from Michael Jackson. According to friends, the two were never a good match. She's more of a stay-at-home type, and he's more of a homosexual pedophile. This week, in a secret ceremony in Australia, Michael Jackson was married for the 2nd time. Asked what makes his new bride special, the King of Pop said, quote, she has taught me about the power of imagination, like imagining that a grown woman is a 10-year-old boy. You know he's a homosexual pedophile, right? You understand? And yes, it is true, Michael Jackson is going to be a father.
Already he has hired an entire staff of nannies, nurses, and extra bodyguards, which hopefully will protect the child from Michael Jackson. The New York Post has reported that Michael Jackson wants his closest friend in the world, Elizabeth Taylor, to be the godmother of his child. However, those close to the pair worry that this could eventually lead to heated arguments over whether the child will be molested or eaten. And according to his dad, the 3-day-old boy is a regular chip off the old block. In fact, he's already molested a 1-day-old boy. This week, a London tabloid published the first exclusive pictures of Michael Jackson's baby, secretly taken by a guest at the King of Pop's Neverland Ranch. Upon seeing the pictures, Michael said, "This is not my baby." Then quickly added, "I'm not saying he isn't hot. He's hot. It's just not my kid. I'm not saying he's a very sexy infant. It's just not mine. I would love to have sex with him. He's just not my child, is all I'm saying." In next week's Life magazine, pop star Michael Jackson appears in a pictorial with his infant son. The photo showed Jackson changing, feeding, and cradling the baby boy in what Jackson himself promises will be Life magazine's sexiest issue ever.
Michael Jackson. He said, I heard a quote where he said, I don't care if my child is a boy or a girl, as long as it's a boy. He's going to name it. He said he doesn't know what he's going to name it. He said he thinks if it's a girl, he's going to name it Sharon. Really? Yeah. And if it's a boy, he's going to have sex with it. That's what he said.
Yeah. I mean, even like you say, your unwanted WNT allegations against Michael Jackson. There had to be kids that were like, well, this is pretty cool. Yeah. This is not some old priest. And I was doing a bunch of jokes about Michael Jackson. And he said, Norm, you don't want to get sued by Michael Jackson. And secretly I did. I didn't tell Lauren. Yeah. I thought, how fucking cool would that be? Sure. I'm in court and there's Michael Jackson on the other side. Yeah. It's Michael Jackson against Norm. That has to help my profile.
This is Norm MacDonald versus O.J. Simpson. A full recap.
Well, it is finally official. Murder is legal in the state of California.
I no longer take that position with O.J. Simpson. He was found not guilty. I see him as the greatest rusher in the. That's all he's guilty of to me, is the greatest rusher in the history of the NFL.
With the recent death of football player and acquitted murderer O.J. Simpson, the world of comedy has erupted with conversations about O.J. Simpson and made plenty of jokes at his expense. Unfortunately for the world, one of the all-time kings of O.J. Simpson jokes, Norm MacDonald, was unable to log into Twitter and make jokes because he's currently in the middle of a dirt nap. O.J. Simpson and Norm MacDonald have quite the history, and it makes sense because they both have a lot in common when you think about it. They're both savages at their crafts, they're both black, and they were both murdered by some douchebag named Cancer. I don't know this Cancer guy, but I'd like to punch him right in the goddamn face. No, but seriously, these two legendary men were brought together by comedy, and today I will be paying homage to these two killers and covering some of the iconic and timeless moments featuring them that bless the world of comedy. If that sounds interesting to you, then let's hop right into it. Picture this. It's 1994, and you're casually reading the news, and you see in the news that Nicole Simpson and Ronald Goldman were found stabbed stabbed to death. And you then find out that O.J. Simpson, one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL, is suspect number 1. At the same time this is happening, Saturday Night Live is very popular and buzzing about the trial immediately after O.J. Simpson was taken into custody and formally charged with murder. A lot of the comedy on the show was relatively neutral and not too on the nose, despite the fact that a lot of them probably thought O.J. was guilty behind closed doors. However, there was one man at Saturday Night Live that was different from all the rest. One fearless host of the Weekend Update news routine that was not afraid to say what he really felt about O.J. Simpson. That man was Ellen DeGeneres. Just kidding. That man was actually Norman Jean MacDonald. If you're a subscriber of this channel, then Norm MacDonald needs absolutely no introduction for you. But if you're not a subscriber of this channel, you can change that really quick if you're finding value in the content you're watching. Anyway, Norm MacDonald is often described by fellow comedians and fans of comedy alike as one of the most ballsy, fearless, and dangerous Weekend Update hosts to ever sit behind the desk.
Andy, you said something once. It was after a Norm segment, and Norm had annihilated. He had done really well, as he always did. You said to me, that guy doesn't care in a way that frightens me.
During the trial, Norm was absolutely vicious with the O.J. Simpson jokes. It seemed like Norm would have several new O.J. jokes every single episode of Saturday Night Live. Some of these jokes are considered to be some of the best jokes to ever be told on Weekend Update.
In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, "Hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat." And in court this week, Cato Kalin testified that O.J. Simpson did not appear angry before or after the period of his wife's murder. But Kalin admitted he could have been a touch edgy while he was actually murdering her.
Nobody had really gone at O.J. Simpson like this before, and given his status as one of the most famous and successful football players at the time, this made the case extremely divisive amongst Americans. Norm would lean right into this divisiveness and go right for the throat time and time again, and it would lead to him getting some pushback while working at Saturday Night Live from management. Norm would write most of these jokes with one of the head writers at the time who was named Jim Downey, and Jim has talked about how they went through the process of writing these jokes before. Many months later, in September 1994, the murder trial would begin for O.J. Simpson, and with this commenced Norm and Jim Downey launching an absolute assault on O.J. Simpson and anyone who thought he was innocent. Obviously, with this came many more jokes, and with many more jokes came hot water for Norm MacDonald behind the scenes at Saturday Night Live. Norm would be confronted by Don Ohlmeyer about the O.J. Simpson jokes, and Don was one of the executive producers at NBC who was very high up on the corporate ladder in the entertainment world. The reason for Don's frustration with Norm was that he happened to be very good friends with O.J. Simpson, which is an odd choice when you think about it. I've never been friends with a murderer before, but something tells me that those guys are real jerks. Don would tell Norm and Jim to tone down with the O.J. jokes a little bit, which was an absolutely ridiculous request when you consider the fact that Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live was a heavily topical news segment which was made to poke fun at current events. So what the hell were they supposed to do? Just ignore one of the biggest criminal trials of all time to make the producer more comfortable? To hell with that. Eventually, after many more hilarious jokes by Norm and Jim, the O.J. Simpson case would conclude with the Juice being found not guilty of murdering those two people that he absolutely murdered. Then Don would approach Norm and Jim again and say to them now that the trial was over and that they should just move on and stop doing O.J. jokes because at this point it's old news. As you could all probably predict, that's not the cloth from which Norm is cut. After being told this, he would then go on to open Weekend Update with this joke immediately after the trial's conclusion.
Thanks, I'm Norm MacDonald, and now the fake news. Well, it is finally official. Murder is legal in the state of California.
After this happened, Don Ohlmeyer made a move to have Jim Downey removed from the show as a head writer, and Don brought this to Norm's attention. When he asked Norm if he was fine with them doing this, Norm said that he would not do the show without Jim Downey, and that if they fired Jim from the show, that they would have to fire him as well. An incredibly loyal move from Norm. They really didn't want to let Norm go, but it was necessary if Jim was going to be fired, so both of them ate the bullet. And then it was perpetuated that the reason Norm was fired was because he wasn't funny, and we all know how that turned out, because Norm would then returned to host a few years later. Anyway, even after his firing from SNL, Norm Macdonald would not lay off the OJ jokes. He would then host the ESPYs just 1 year after his firing, and this would once again demonstrate how vicious Norm was when he went after someone. With the ESPYs, we got this golden moment at the end of the show.
And there's Charles Woodson. How about that? What a season he had. Great, and he became the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. And congratulations, Charles. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case, all bets are off.
Despite no response from O.J. Simpson publicly about Norm's many jokes towards him and his guilt, O.J. would wisely stay silent and just never address these jokes. You might think that this would conclude the saga of Norm Macdonald and O.J. Simpson, but similar to the jurors who thought O.J. was innocent, you would be wrong. In June 2007, O.J. Simpson would release his book titled If I Did It, Confessions of a Killer, which is a tongue-in-cheek way of O.J. discussing how he would have went about his life if he did murder his wife and a waiter. But lucky for us, the book is listed in the fiction section at libraries, and O.J. is clearly not guilty of anything. Then later in September 2007, O.J. would find himself in legal trouble once again. This time it was for stealing his own memorabilia that he claimed was stolen from him. He was found guilty and sentenced to 33 years in prison with the chance for parole after 9 years. When this news was released, it would lead to Norm writing a new chunk of material about O.J. Simpson that we would then hear on his 2011 stand-up comedy special titled Me Doing Stand-Up, in one of the funniest bits about the O.J. Simpson trial to ever be recorded. In this bit, Norm claims he's changed his opinion on O.J. Simpson given his acquittal, and then states how he finds his new sentencing highly unfair. Listen to this.
Well, I've changed my mind on O.J. No, I'll tell you what I feel about O.J. As much as I was indignant about his acquittal, I'm equally indignant about his going to prison for stealing his fucking own shirts. I don't think that's fair. I don't think if you steal your own shirts, you should get 35 consecutive life sentences.
So Norm once again finds the funniest way possible to joke about O.J., but this time in a much more sly and indirect way. Absolutely phenomenal. In the meantime, Norm would make many tweets about O.J. Simpson. Some of the jabs that were directed at O.J., he probably himself could have found humor in. For example, this tweet of Norm saying he knows where O.J. is golfing because of the house behind him, or this tweet where he says he's in Vegas with O.J. and they're both golfing and how fun it could be, or this now deleted tweet where O.J. says his mother is the only person to call him Orenthal, and Norm replies, and lived to talk about it. Great use of Twitter from Normie, and then many years later, Norm would be on Lights Out with David Spade on December 2nd, 2019, where he would speak about O.J. Simpson for the final time. I'll show you that here.
Now in this cancel culture and everything, I have to say, I no longer take that position with O.J. Simpson. He was found not guilty. See him as the greatest rusher. That's all he's guilty of to me, is the greatest rusher in the history of the NFL. Yep. Maybe I was the greatest rusher to judgment.
All that for that?
Then just 2 years after this, Norm Macdonald would die of cancer in September 2021. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that O.J. Simpson changed his name to Cancer before killing Norm. It truly was a tragedy to find out that O.J. outlived Norm Macdonald, and it's even sadder to know that O.J. had one less person on Earth that he could kill. Then just recently, as I typed this, it was released that O.J. Simpson had lost his life to cancer, which is really sad to think about because O.J. Simpson won so many football games in his life, but the last thing he ever did was lose. What a loser that guy was! Upon the announcement of O.J. Simpson's death, there's a plethora of people who are going back and watching Norm Macdonald on Saturday Night Live roasting O.J. Simpson, and it's bringing a whole new appreciation for Norm that hasn't always been there. It's nice to see Norm getting some of the recognition he finally deserves for killing his wife and wait a second. What I meant to say was killing it on the Weekend Update. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if you like it, you can subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also, there's some bonus content on my Patreon if you want to check that out in the description below. But all in all, this was Norm Macdonald vs. O.J. Simpson, a full recap.
Oh, right, yeah. This popped up, and another Norm. I can't remember what the other... But anyway, yeah, a couple of these Norms from I'm Not Norm have popped up. And I thought, yeah, we'll do these. That sounds racist to me. So, yeah, let's go.
Do you have any other color jokes?
I mean, he's just blue and yellow.
Did you just say, do we have any other colored jokes?
I knew you were going to say that.
Fucking Jimmy the Greek over here. I don't want to.
Jimmy the Greek.
How about Jimmy the Greek gets kicked out for being a racist? Meanwhile, they call him the Greek.
I actually do have context of that because of Opie and Anthony, Jimmy the Greek. But that's very true.
I'm going to lose it though.
Yeah, it's the heaviest I've ever seen.
And since I've gained it, I sweat like a
Yeah, you sweat
like a whore in church. I don't mean to be
what?
I don't mean to be filthy, but
a whore in church.
Yeah, she's nervous, so she sweats because
sweating like a Chris Dorner in a Big Bear cabin.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'm just
that's racist.
Two businessmen bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million. They are very excited with their purchase, as this is the only legal way to own black people. Now that is here, and I read that.
Well, you're not there. You know how businessmen are racist.
They are.
Yes, it's them being racist.
They
not
are.
You.
The two businessmen that bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million
Yeah.
are racist, according
they're
to this.
fine, man.
They're.
Jim.
Is what you said their neighbor was? Jim Ping?
That is my neighbor. A nice fella.
Nice guy?
Let me as abacus
I want to do
yesterday.
this. Jesus.
Oh, come on. That's not a Chinese guy.
I wasn't saying it was. That's kind of racist.
What are you, Mickey Rooney?
Hey, come on.
I know he's dead,
Have
but
a little
Mickey Rooney
respect.
did a very racist thing like you just did in a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's by the wonderful Truman Capote.
I wasn't doing anything racist, and you know it. But go ahead.
We start talking. She's texting me at like 4 a.m. and I'm like, oh, what's going on? She's like, oh, I'm bored and I wish I had some weed. You want to come over? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And she's sending pictures of her. Oh, maybe we'll have fun. And I'm like, so at this point,
What were the pictures?
It was like her bent over with no, clothes on and stuff. And I'm like, but at this point, my cock's making the decisions. Anyway.
Tell me.
And so I call my friend, and then she's like, yeah, just can you bring a C note? Well, I have a roommate that sells
$100 bill.
$100 bill, and we'll go get some weed, and you can come. And I'm like, yeah, am I getting mugged? And I call my friend. He said, put the phone number into Facebook, and you can see who the person is.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, so I put the phone number into Facebook, and the profile comes up. It's this black guy in a ski mask in all the pictures.
It doesn't matter what
holy
race he
shit.
was, man.
So
As a matter of fact, I don't know how I knew he was black. He was wearing a ski mask.
Well, you could tell. So I head over there. No, I don't.
I know.
No,
I've never heard his view on African Americans until this very show. That's interesting that you got that out of him.
Plenty of black friends.
Plenty of black friends.
Dated a black woman for months. No, I'm not a racist.
Yes. If a man has a job and he is a racist.
Yeah.
Can I say the relation that is such a weird, brilliant comedy relationship between them two, because Adam explaining him, because to putting people on the spot like that, but Adam knows that if you explain yourself, it just makes it worse, but it just makes it better. Yeah, such a great and weird comedy duo, these two.
I'm not a racist.
Yes. If a man has a job and he is a racist, should the job be taken away from him?
No.
Okay.
But his fellows should. His fellows.
Good news for him.
Yeah.
Not a racist.
You know the joke about B.B. King's wife?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
B.B.'s having a birthday, so she wants to surprise him, so she goes to the tattoo parlor. She says, put a B on one cheek and a B on the other. So the guy does it. She goes home. B.B. comes home. She opens the door, bends over, drops her shorts, and says, surprise! He said, who's Bob?
That's racist.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. The one and only Super Dave Osborne and his joke about
Yeah, tell that to Michael Richards, man.
Why,
Wow.
that's not a racist joke.
Yeah, sure it isn't.
Who's Bob?
Yeah, you know. That's.
Now, what do you think about this dog, the bounty hunter? Have you been following that at all, Norm?
Oh, that guy, I mean, to me that sounds racist. But like you gotta remember
that even though that is a racist comment, listen, man, we've all known bounty hunters in our time, you know, and they have that thing like curse like a sailor. Well, that could go for bounty hunters just as well. They just chose sailor. Those guys, I mean, they're not like you or me, you know.
No, they're bounty hunters.
If you choose that as your career, you know, you're a bounty hunter. Listen, some salty language is not going to be You may as well just be a longshoreman. No, there's nothing worse than bounty hunting.
Norm, you're a genius. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Anything else you want to lay on the listeners before we leave today?
That was funny, that bounty hunting thing. Like he's going to get a pass on it, right?
I don't think so, Norm. I think he's in trouble.
Are his bounty hunting days over?
Where's he go from there?
He can't keep you on. I'm sorry, but you know, you have to. You know, you have a public image of hunting down criminals in their hotel rooms, diving at them in the middle of the night and beating them up. We can't have you saying racist things. I don't know.
All right, Norm, I'm going to put some oxygen on my face here and recover. You're going to be on every Friday now?
Yeah, that'll be fun, right?
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'll be like your Pete Barbuti.
Barbuti. No, stop. Chuck Mangione references be far behind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Storm and Norman. We'll talk at you down the road. This is the Dennis Miller Show.
Norm, come to my 5th grade class. I dare you.
Well, where does she? Is it? Are there black people there?
Oh my God! Where's the 925? Why is it harder if there's black people there?
Because black people are generally poor, and poor people are generally dangerous.
Oh my God! Wow, Norm! You just went there.
What? Black people are rich?
Black people span all the strata.
No.
And you're saying
you gotta check your statistics.
Poor and,
no, black people are poorer than white people. You didn't know that? Are you telling me that you think black...
What I'm saying is that I try not to pigeonhole people into black people are poor, not into the truth.
What?
Listen, there's a huge ignored middle class black population out there. How dare you say black people are poor and therefore dangerous?
Because I want them to be not poor, that's why.
And really, how are you what's your plan?
My plan is to, first of all, admit that the black people have less money than white people. Because we live in a racist society.
Our phone number is 800-400-FM97. If you'd like to talk with Norm MacDonald, I'm sure he'd love to take your call
Absolutely.
right now. Michelle, you're on the air.
I just wanted to say that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. And you need
that black people are poor? It's hilarious.
The teacher thing, and you need to probably act like you're not offended by that, because first, you don't have a right to act like you're offended, and that was funny as hell. He is right about black people being poor. You know it. I know it.
Oh, my God. What has happened on the show?
Well, he taught us a lot today. I think moms...
Oh, it's a learning show.
Moms an easy job.
Where have
Teachers
you guys been
job.
living for the last 300 years?
Paris, you are on the air.
I think that is completely untrue.
Go on.
Not all black people are poorer.
Amen. Sister?
White.
Oh, I didn't say that.
That's what you
No,
said.
you said
I
black
said
people
black
have
people
less money
have
than
less
white people.
money than white people.
You've been to West Virginia? Because there's some white people with no money there.
Well,
exactly.
Well, okay. You're saying one black person has more money than one white person?
What
True.
about Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, what about Eddie Murphy?
You're saying by and large,
no, you're right.
if you break
You're
it down.
You're right. Yeah, of course. Black people have less money than white people.
Yeah, I like to think, because I've heard this before, but I like, something I never thought about is that her take is that the true issue that black people have is not the fact that there's a large, completely broke portion of them, but it's that the ones that have money don't get recognized.
Like as
Not
an average.
true. Not all black people have less money than white people.
Oh
but he's
my
talking
God.
in okay.
Oh my
We all
God.
get what he's saying.
Listen. Guys in a wheelchair. There's a guy in a wheelchair that can go faster than me in a race. But if I said guys in wheelchairs are generally slower than me, you know? Come
The
on.
way you said it was so harsh that to
Give
say...
your head a shake. Give your head a shake.
Oh, my God. All right, thank you. Hey, it's Danielle from Big Brother. Famously black woman.
Where's my 40 acres and a mule? I need my 40 acres and a mule. But you know what? He's right.
Yeah. Go on, Danielle.
I mean, if you think
School
about
us.
it, there's been cases where the same person will apply for a job, and at times the other race gets the higher pay. I'm just keeping it real, folks.
All right, thank you, Danielle.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
All right, just sum it all up, Norm MacDonald.
Well, I'm saying that having
Try
less
to offend everyone equally.
having less money or having or not having less money is not a product of your nature. It's that you don't have the money because the white people don't give you the money.
It's actually supportive of black people to say that, actually.
707
Of course
says...
I'm supportive of black people. I'm in
Wow.
a room of
You're
racists.
saying that to have justice,
Oh,
we should
my
all
God.
have equal,
The 415 says maybe we should
That's
educate
funny.
our... Do you want to keep him for the next segment? At this point, I'm not sure. I'm finding Norm to be somewhat on the offensive side.
You know what, though? I love that he's saying all this stuff and then looks over with a big smile.
I know,
and
big smile. He's like, oh, man, they're going to talk about this all day.
Well, I didn't know that everyone. I thought San Francisco was a little more open than.
No, San Francisco actually
they're racist?
isn't. No, they're not racist.
Well, so far, by the way, most people have agreed with me.
Yeah. I can see why she's like, because I can see why she went into like a defense thing, but also it's like there's kind of an elitism to say that saying someone's poor is an insult to them overall as a person, when it isn't. Some of the best people in the world are poor, and some of the worst people in the world have a lot of money, and vice versa. But yeah, it's like, have you not listened to any black person talk before in your whole life, especially in America, but not just America, but especially in America? Like, have you never listened to hip hop? If you never, where do you think that where do you think that aggression and anger came from? The fact that they was all middle class, lounging by the pool all day. Nah, they was broke, didn't have nothing, and didn't have no opportunity. But yeah. Also, Norm, the fact as well that he turned around and said, "I'm in a room with racists," because, like, I get why she jumps to the defense of it, because it's, yeah. But actually, if you listen to his point, he was making a good point. But the calling the who is that guy as well? The one that he did the face. No, man, that looks nothing like a Chinese guy, and that's racist. And he's like, this guy did. Mickey Rooney did something incredibly racist, like you just did. I'm proper putting it on him. Yeah. But yeah, that was hilarious. Well, that's the reaction. Sweet.
Death Squad?
I have had problems with them. Yeah. They tried to derail me years ago. Well, because I was in cahoots with Mencia, they thought.
Okay.
Oh, right. So when the whole Carlos Mencia, Joe Rogan thing happened, they had me on tape, right? Like, I didn't know that Joe Rogan was, I love Joe, he's a friend of mine. Joe, if you're listening, we're good, right? But the thing is that I didn't know that he was taping me. So I said, yeah, Mencia steals. And then I also said that I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
That's a sharp left turn.
Yeah, which I didn't know there was a camera on.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gay, but in high school I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah, sure.
And then also on top of that, I said that Vietnamese people were jungle Asians, which I had to apologize to the Vietnamese people, and I apologized. That's what I said back then.
Do you mean he put this up on the internet or
then
something?
Then he put it on the internet. Death Squad did,
shoot.
right? And all of a sudden now, right, my aunt, my cousin's mom calls me. He didn't suck your dick.
No, you sucked his dick.
Yeah, no, we sucked each other's dick. Yeah, and vice versa, right? I go, I didn't. You know what I mean? And then my mom, that's my mom's sister, they didn't talk, and then she died.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ.
She died, right?
Story.
So the last thing that, I heard from my aunt is you didn't suck each other's dick. And then a couple years later, my mom, they stopped talking, and then she died.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Famous last words.
Yeah, I love Death Squad.
Yeah. How many views did it get?
Millions.
Oh,
but then over the years, though, I made my way back into the group, and now we're all good.
So you opened for Mencia, which made you the enemy of the Death Squad.
Yeah. Because it's
like a Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah, it's just like it.
So the Death Squad.
I don't know what Bruce Lee movie.
They're comedians. Well, don't you think Death Squad makes more sense in a Bruce Lee movie than a comedy club?
Is true, that's true.
I went to a comedy club, and then the next week the Death Squad were there. It's just odd. I don't know. I mean, I like it was a normal thing.
Are these street jokes?
No.
So you wrote them?
They're not. Someone wrote them.
No, I'll just read it then.
Yeah.
When you're single trying to attract a partner, it's important to project the qualities you desire, which I understand, but boy, oh boy, have I had to suck a lot of dick lately.
That's sort of like a Bobby Lee joke.
It is a lot like a Bobby Lee.
All right. What about this one? This is for you. Here's one for Bobby Lee.
I don't want to know no more dick sucking.
No, sir.
And then I also said that I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
That's a sharp left turn.
Yeah, which I didn't know there was a camera on.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gay, but in high school I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah, sure.
Boy, was it hot outside today. I went out to buy a California Pizza Kitchen signature, pepperoni frozen flatbread, and by the time I got home, it was perfectly cooked and entirely eaten. 100% true.
Oh, you ate it. See, I love how he laughs. I love how he laughs. It's just weird, right? Some of them are odd. I'm not going to lie to you.
This is a joke.
Well, some of them.
But this is a joke.
I think technically.
Like an observational joke?
What about this one? This is a short one. Fast one.
I signed up for my company's 401k.
401k?
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
I fucked it up.
No.
Don't give me line reading.
I
give me line reading.
I didn't know what 401k was, so I thought.
I mean, you give me line reading, then you touch me. That's
you're very soft.
I know. I signed up for my company's 401k, but I don't think I can run that far.
It is a long way. Wait, I gotta get one that's gonna make Bobby happy. I don't like when he scowls after that. You ever hear of steampunk?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, there's a joke for you.
I wouldn't call myself a fan of steampunk, but I will say it's the healthiest way to prepare punk.
If I was grading constellations, well, this is a thing we get once in a while. We ask for letters from people that have problems, and it's actually called Dear Bobby. So this one says, Dear Bobby, I am in love with 2 boys and don't know which one to marry. First there's Andy. He's sort of blonde and sells insurance. Mama likes him, which helps a lot. He's very reliable and seems anxious to get married. Then there's Tony. He's dark and sort of gives me the creeps, but they're awfully nice creeps. I don't know which one I like best. In the daytime, I like Andy, but I believe I like Tony better at night. Which one do you think would make the best husband for me? Andy or Tony?
How long is this?
This show?
Yeah.
So how long has it run so far?
I have all day,
so far?
but I just kind of want to know how long it is.
It's over. But thanks, man. You were awesome. You were the best guest so far. Great Bobby.
No, I used to hang out with Norm MacDonald a lot. Me and Norm were really close.
I loved him.
And we used to go play tennis. And after we'd play tennis, we'd go into like the 7-Eleven. And we'd always do this thing where we go, okay, we're going to go in together. And each of us has to point at one item and make a joke about it. And it was really hard. Like people think making jokes as a comedian is easy, but it's not. But I'll never forget Norm did this. It's the only one I remember. But I pointed to, you remember those things, animal crackers?
Yeah.
And I pointed to the animal crackers, and Norm just goes, that horse cock didn't taste very good.